yours, but still in me. I cannot detox from this condition, conviction. You're inside my misery box. I'm still never free from this addiction, affliction. Now it's yours, but still in me. Cannot detox from this condition, conviction. You're inside my misery box. I don't deserve you. You stay true. I want to save you from my misery. You couldn't save me from my misery. I'm addicted to my misery box. Addicted to my misery box.
And a good morning, best chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of delicious, malicious morning nonsense chat. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We had some fun stuff to go over today, some funny stuff to go over today, and a total Chud victory to go over today. Chat should be pretty fun, should be pretty interesting. I think you might enjoy all of this. Hello to you, Siege Gardens. Hello, LD and best chat. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Carl Batista says, good morning, LD and best chat. Good morning to you, Carl Batista. Hello to you, Carter Catchroll says, good morning, Litep, and the Rumble chat, drinking the good times. This Thursday on the green tube. Join us for a round. Absolutely, absolutely. That's what mom says. Morning, folks. Disney's biggest mistake. Yeah, we'll see. Check it out. Letting activists, well, that's probably the main one. Letting activists who hate you run your ship. It's kind of like I hired a captain that hates me and hates my business. So and I'm surprised that my ship starts sinking. Letting this activists in. Once the rot got in, it's because slowly choking the mouse. Granted, it's Disney, so it took some time for the effects to show. Exactly. We saw this a long time ago because I'd seen this from the bottom up, essentially, with the comic book industry. Yeah, it's mainly like a bunch of nerds with power. Like, it's basically like a bunch of guys who kind of inherited a company. Now they did the work, I guess, to get hired, but they essentially inherited a bunch of things that they were now running, like IPs and stories and movies that they have inherited the reins to, that are already really powerful and well known and beloved. And then, like any good heir to to a lot of money and a big fortune, they started squandering that fortune. And instead of trying to uphold the legacy of Disney or something, they started hiring office girlfriends. And in the case of Marvel and DC, yeah, they started hiring office girlfriends. Heather Antos is one of those office girlfriends. So once one of them gets in, right? Once one like feminist type gets in, they start hiring their friends, and that's kind of what happened. And now, well, I'll show you in a bit. I got a little example over here. Like, just here's what happened to comics today once they started adding in feminists to write stories meant for men. Check it out. Let's see. That person says, good morning, everyone. Hello to you, Tyler Preston. Good morning, good morning. Book Golem. Good morning to you. Book Golem. Canada is burning again, so be careful of the smoke. Again? Carter Ketchel says, good morning, different best chat. It's Thursday. Grab your favorite drink and gulp it down. Absolutely. Elzeg says, good morning, good morning. Hello to you, Aseg. Hello to you. Muslim says, good morning, LD and best chat. What nonsense are we diving into today? We'll check it out. I think you'll enjoy. See, Posthumus says, salute City LD and best cats. Hello to you, Posthumus. Gunblade Knight says, good morning, LD and best chat. Praise be to Space King. I was afraid you wouldn't be on today for a moment there. Don't worry. We got it. We got it. We made it. See, Middleton says, hello, LD. And beat chat. Boy, my week's been crazy, especially yesterday. TLDR, I had to go back to my school for administration slash logistics stuff. Fun of the head janitor. I know you're the head janitor. That's pretty cool. Well done, Megalithon. I'm glad you got that work done. And welcome back. As you feel, Nisha says, good morning, LD. 2.5 hours into another day and 8 more to go. Looking forward to hearing about the Odyssey was like. Yeah, I'm hoping to go see it today. Hopefully I can go see it today. LT Shadow Electronics says, good morning, all. Disney's biggest mistake, doing everything, the opposite of Volt, but all but abandoning animation and families, making their pranks unaffordable to average people and the parks. Unaffordable to average people. And yeah, you kind of have to be kind of ritzy to afford to go to like a decent stay at Disney World. You have to be like a upper middle class, I think, essentially, because it costs like easily like a family. It's supposed to be for families, right? But it's going to easily cost a family $20,000 to stay there, just to go to Disneyland, to go to drive to, even if you live in Florida, probably it's still going to cost you a bunch of money to stay around there because everything's so expensive. The rides, everything. If you want to buy souvenirs, which they are, it's going to cost a lot of money. So pretty interesting stuff. Like it's like okay, well, it's not for everybody, I guess. I bet you Disney folk are like they're more protective of the borders of Disneyland than they are of the United States. Dunn says that Disney's biggest mistake was hiring activists instead of artists. Yeah, and also one of the corporation's biggest mistakes in general is this kind of listening to advertising people over artists. The artists started the whole thing, and then once it got big enough, they tend to start listening to advertisement people and people who worship the charts as opposed to the folk with creative visions. Let's see. All right, chat. Well, let's get down to business. Dr. Crispin says, yes, we fat little chuds are always winning, even if we can't see our own meat and fill our bellies with treats. Another total chud victory. Another total chud victory, chat. We're gonna keep on a winning. Keep on a winning. It's almost like doing nothing. We don't really do that much. We just win. See, Limp Bizkit says, morning LD in chat. The war is still ongoing, and victory is still very far away. Keep fighting. Give them nothing, but take from them everything. Exactly. It's a Disney. You want our weapons? We'll come and take them. Tablespoon 3. It's a common Chud W. Exactly. Precisely. All right, chat. Where are we now? Gonna get this back up here. Fantastic. Oops, closed that on accident. 1 second here, chat. 1 second here. Make sure I got this going on. All right. Well, I get that set up. This is years later. Years later, after all these nerdy men decide to hire office girlfriends, right? Like Heather Antos and stuff like that. Look at the state of modern day Marvel comics. Now, if I were to go get, if you were to think, let me go get an issue of Spider-Man, right? What would that be like? Like, let's go get issue of Spider-Man, pick it up, and oh man, here's like a little page or two of intro for Spider-Man. He's doing some normal Peter Parker stuff, cracking some jokes, swinging around the city. Usually starts with him swinging around the city, right? Usually starts with him swinging around the city. Then we get to some shenanigans, right? Some cool, fun Spider-Man shenanigans. We get hey, what was it called? A inciting incident, or some guy kind of comes in to do something wackadoo. It's some new crime or something, right? And he's and we're off on the adventure where he fights bad guys, or some conspiracy or some crime. Now, Chad, look at the state of comics today. After all those office girlfriends were hired, after we hired all these enlightened feminists to jazz up and make our comics better. Let's see. Megathon says, I'm a C1 concierge, one at the small elementary school. So technically, I'm the manager to do the other two janitors and the one in charge of the building locally. Well, very nice, Megalithon. Very cool. Well done, Megalithon. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now, here's the thing. Back in high school, my dad took me to a seminar where it was about business and getting in the right mindset and everything. And one of the things they did, and wasn't really even about business, it was about mindset, because a lot of these guys are like about the right mindset. It's true. You do have the right mindset to do everything. It takes the right motivation, someone with authority, and someone with confidence and all that stuff. Well, one of the things they did was they kind of give you an example, like everyone's found a penny on the ground, right? Everyone's found at least, maybe a dollar, a penny, something like that. And it's like, a small amount of money. And like, oh, well, should I even pick up the penny? Is it even worth it for me to pick it up? The answer is yes, because it, as little as it might seem in the grand scheme of things, it is fortune. It is a good fortune that you found this penny. You pick it up. So they said, pick up that penny, and then not only pick it up, but say thank you. Just quietly say thank you. Just be appreciative of that penny. And the mindset is to to recognize victories, to recognize good things when they happen, and it makes you way better, and it really raises your spirits. Like, yes, this actually is a good thing. Let's take a step back and take a deep breath and realize that what you have is good, and what your accomplishments are. And like being a head janitor is pretty awesome. I have to say it's a really good like, wow, it's like this is a head janitor. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Well done, Megalithon. Well done, Megalithon. The point is, like this, whether it be a big thing or a small thing, always remember to be appreciative of victories, of accomplishments, of good fortune, because it really does help the mindset, and the good mindset will help you in the future as well. Anyway, chat. Anyway, here we go, chat. Here it is. Where is it? Here it is. So look at this. This is a Spider-Man comic today. This is a Spider-Man comic today. Look at this. Look at all this verbal vomit everywhere. And talking heads. So when did we get to the action? When did we get to where's the superhero stuff? This is like a Sex in the City. Where's the superheroes? More talking heads, more eating in restaurants, and cafes. All right, we jump into August. All right, more talking heads, more we're in the jewelry store. What is this? All right, look at this page. Look at this page. This is a Spider-Man comic. It's a Spider-Man comic. We got a 9-panel page. A 9-panel page of this talking heads. This verbal vomit. This talking heads. This is more. It's endless. Like, who are these people? Like, what? I don't care. When does Spider-Man start fighting bad guys? When does he start? Everyone thinks that, man, if I just have a comic book, and if I get Spider-Man, if I get Batman, then I want to make my comic book about Spider-Man, about Batman, and it's not really, oh yeah, if he's the main character. It's more like, I want to make a comic book that kind of dictates and analyzes and deconstructs Batman. No, just give us something cool. I mean, Scott Snyder knew how to do it, because Scott Snyder did this, and he made Absolute Batman, and look how that turned out. All right, I read the first issue of Absolute Batman, and it gets right into the action. Like, it's got violence, it's got action, it's got his battle axe. It's got everything in there, and surprise, people like it. All right, it's not only is it one of the more popular ones, it is the most popular of the line. It is one of the most popular thing out there, at least for a while. It was the Absolute Batman line, and to the point where Zack Snyder actually came out and said, "Oh no, not Zack, Scott Snyder." Scott Snyder actually came out and revealed that, just like every other time this happens, people are smoozing. People are smoozing and backstabbing around him. So I don't know if you've seen this before, but it was revealed that Scott Snyder was talking about how people were coming to him asking for a job on Absolute Batman. They're asking for positions in Absolute Batman, as they trashed him in back rooms, as they trashed him in other places, right? So it's popular when all these like this backstabbing SJW types are just on one hand trying to ask you for a favor in a job, and on the other hand backstabbing you and trash talking you. That's how you know Absolute Batman was a powerhouse, because none of these guys, SJWs, have no imagination. They're all mentally ill retards, so who shouldn't be making stories. They know one story, and that's Mary Sue. That's Mary Sue, oppression, porn, all that stuff. But check this out, chat. Check this out. Here we go. So here is. I mean, let's continue it so you can see the full breadth of what is happening in today's market. Like, look at this. Look at this. 2 9-panel pages with just faces. Just faces. This is a Spider-Man comic book. I know I kind of did this in Miracle Child, but I try to make everything more about conflict, and I tried to emphasize that it should be more about everything should be looking like they're in conflict or back. There's a back and forth. I emphasize my artists, by the way. I've been doing Dr. Alpha Miracle Child that I want to emphasize acting. I want to have the facial expressions be more extreme and more recognizable. So I knew I was going to have a lot of dialogue in there, but I try to make it more interesting than just 18 pages of just face. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's just 18 pages of face. There's talking heads for 18 pages. Now, Frank Miller did this in Dark Knight Returns, but like it was action and then little tiny boxes of people talking. I did get kind of annoying in the Dark Knight comic because it's comic and it's just plastered on with faces. But it was better. It was handled way better than this. They're doing the Alan Moore 9-panel page for talking heads. They all think they're Alan Moore, by the way. They all think they're Alan Moore. Now, I copied this style because I'd never written a comic before, and I was a fan of Alan Moore, and I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and the reason why I copied the 9-panel page so much in Dr. for Miracle Child was one because it could help me cram a bunch of story on one page, and two, not because I wanted to copy Alan Moore specifically, but because that was a strict limit. I wanted to put a limit and see if I can, adhere to that limitation, and it helped me creatively. It's like, okay, I only have 9 panels. Let me go ahead and see what I can fit on here and make sure I can get the panel 1 will lead to panel 9 and give us a story, give us a progression. But this is a bunch of talking heads. This is just a bunch of talking heads. That's all. That's all it's done. Look at this. And they all think they're Alan Moore. Like this Tom King definitely thinks he's Alan Moore. They all want to do that 9-panel page because they think the 9-panel page will make them seem more profound or something like that. They think that if we just have endless dialogue and everyone looking miserable and stuff like that, it'd be way better. It's way more profound than anything else. But it's so prevalent. It's so recognizable because it's like, here is the same face 9 times. And then it's like with barely anything different. It's like we're watching a TV show or a movie. We're reading subtle facial expressions as opposed to a comic. I did that once on purpose in Dr. Alpha Miracle Child with at the end with Mulvion, but every 3 panels I had him change his emotion. There's no dialogue, but I had him change his emotion. So he goes from angry to terrified to angry to just retrospective to terrified. So I had that there because he was going, not because it was supposed to be profound, but it's because I wanted to show you that he was going through some emotional changes within him, and I didn't want to just tell you what he was going through. I wanted to show you through these. So at the bottom line here is that when you get to that page in Dr. Alpha Miracle Child, when I have movie on 9 panels and 9 faces, it was a story in and of itself because he was going from one state of emotions to another. He changed emotions 3 times every 3 panels to show you this all the gambit of emotions he's going through based on what was just revealed. Here it's just we're doing a bunch of faces. It's a Ghost says the Talking Heads is just another form of coffee shop LD. Yeah, they don't really want to make a comic book. They want to make a crappy Netflix TV show. Read any Wokies comics, and there's always a coffee shop. There's always some coffee shop. There's always some restaurant. Yeah, some of them picked up the criticism and took out the shop. But they still the shop was not the important part. The constant eating scenes was there's other things to life SJWs than eating scenes. It's I guess it's right what you know, and they're just always eating out. But that's not what we're here for. We're not here for, look at all this. There's J. Jonah Jameson. Is this constant talking heads. Now, let me see here, chat. Let me see here. Get this all set up and ready to go. All right. Let me see here. Where is it? Oh, this. Over here. Over here. There we go. Boom. Boom, chat. Here's absolute Batman number one. Okay. All right, we start off with this, and there's a gun. This immediately just get an image of a gun, and then we immediately get to the. I mean, that's a good teaser. It's like, okay, bats are crazy, huh? We're at a zoo. It's like little Bruce, and then his dad, and then poof, gun, kind of foreshadowing the murder that's going to take place. And then look, we get this guy. He's coming in. It's like, oh, we find out it's Alfred. He's a spy. He's just. It's really cool. We get to the gym after the Alfred part. We're at Croc's gym, and it's like, oh, it's this guy. Is this guy Bruce? No, this guy's Bruce. And he's already fighting. We're getting action. We're getting intrigue. We're getting all kinds of things. Again, all kinds of. Look at this. There's a Killer Croc in there. There's like a crocodile. Like it feels cool. That's why people are enjoying it. Now, I didn't really like Absolute Batman that much because it's so different. And it kind of feels a little preachy because it's like, oh, well, what about when he's poor? Yeah, he's poor. It's way better Batman because he's poor. And of course, only his dad is dead. Like his mom's still alive because we can't have him kill a woman. This is too mean. Let's see, chat. Let's see. All right, action shonen, Bruce. Yeah, action shonen. I know it's pretty cool. It's like that's the 1911. Yeah, it's a cool looking gun. And it's a pretty awesome gun too. It's kind of why I gave Lady Midnight 2 of them. Look at all this. Like look at there's a lot of panels on this page. That it's not really talking heads though. It's like this. We have some of this. We have got some action here. We got some lion eating meat, kind of giving like a little foreshadowing what's to come, like a little bit of insight into what's going on. We're going back and forth between the memory of that day and Batman punching the punching bag in the present. Kind of like, and nothing really is happening in the past. They're just talking to each other, but because there's so much, it's matched with so much aggression. Like the panels are red. Right. This is every single time we cut back to it, he's punching again, like aggressively. Boom, 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 boom. It kind of leads you into the idea that something is going to happen. Something's going wrong. They're just having a casual conversation at the zoo, but something bad is going to happen. And then you get the last panel, blam. Right. So this is a really good page. This is a really good page. What happens when, we have a man who knows how to write a good story, who knows how to write superhero comics, comes in and handles things. This is a really good page. I just happen to not like Absolute Batman. It's not to say it's bad on its own, but this is a really good page. This is a really good page. It was cutting back and forth between this is why I bought it, because even though I not like the story, I do like to study what other creative people do. Like, oh, that's a pretty good idea. That's a pretty good idea. And I kind of just, get inspired by this stuff. It's okay, that's a pretty good idea. It's a really good effect. So we get a lot of good stuff in this comic book. A lot of good stuff. And just in the number one, just in the first few pages. So yeah, that's kind of what happened. They added a bunch of activists who have no idea what they're doing. And they smugly think that they know better than everyone else, like some young person. I remember when you were young and you just thought you knew better than everyone else. Like you just knew better. It's kind of what happened. It's kind of what happened here with all these activists. It really is. It's what Ghost goes, yeah, 1911 based, very based. It's as if Hellblazer Rage is trending towards disappointment with it now. Yeah, I knew it couldn't last too long. I mean, they made the joke like a demon looking thing. I don't know. But there's a reason why it made big waves. People kind of like it. It's pretty good. Like you look at its construction, it's pretty good. Now we got talking heads here, but notice it's not like a whole page full of talking heads. It's just like, hold on. It's Bruce donning the cowl, and then talking heads, and then crime, and then talking heads, and then more violence and crime. See how we switch between these epic moments? It's kind of like Bruce putting on the cowl, and then we talking heads, news, and then violence, and it's all put together. It's such a Batman page. This page is so Batman. I could see this page being like the intro page or something. Like it's almost in the vein of Frank Miller. like with the emphasis on Batman's shadow is his silhouette, his donning the cowl, long cape, and then switching between that and then these talking heads and news stuff because Frank Miller really likes to sew in political stuff into his other things, or just other stuff, just into the hero or whatever is at hand. He's kind of like Alan Moore and Frank Miller have a lot of parallels with each other. Uh, Frank Miller is just like more. He likes the politics of it. Like it's strange you think that Alan Moore is a more political guy, but Alan Moore will write just a focused story, where Frank Miller is going to try to he likes to emphasize the effects of a superhero on the public at large. So he likes to kind of tie in politics to it, to the superhero, and if you listen to his interviews, this is totally him. Listen to his interviews, like Frank was like, no, one of the original things about cartoons and comics is politics. So not only should we not keep politics out of the comic books, that's kind of one of the beating hearts of comics is politics. Now that is kind of true, but it's more like you have to be honest. You could do politics, but you have to be honest still. You still have to write an honest story, a very honest story. It's chat. All right. Let's see here. All right. Well, that's kind of like what I wanted to show you. Like just there is a difference between some feminist SJW writing a comic book, which is just like 9 panels of heads, and Tom King. Tom King does this, and then someone who knows what they're doing. Scott Snyder, whatever politics he might have, is really good at writing Batman. Like he's really good. I like Scott Snyder's stuff. I read a big chunk of it. I haven't read all of it, but I read a big chunk of it. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Just look at this. Look at all this. Look, see this? It's accusatory. Like this panel alone gives you conflict. It's just a finger of scorn. This alone gives you some conflict here. Your eye is drawn to this. There's anger, there's vitriol, and then we cut to this. Like there's Alfred there with a gun and stuff. This is by visuals alone. We kind of can build excitement and anticipation. It's pretty good stuff. And then at the end of this second page here is another bang. Something's going down. So as we saw before, it was like just page after 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 page of this endless dialogue. Here it's like, okay, we get a little bit of dialogue with a few talking heads, and then boom, action, or at least setting up some action too. All right, Chad. Well, there's that segment. Before we get into things again, though, I have one more thing to show you. I think you might like this. So this is a guy pumping out or putting out this series called The Continuing Adventures of Mary Sue. There we go, chat. Here we go. He came up with a new one. I think you might like. Total feminist move, like, oh, I love this feminine dress. Oh, wait, you're looking at me? Okay, I can't be feminine. It's like this. I just like the essence of it. It's like this. It's this whole series. Just mocks the Marius.
Can you help us with this? We need to pick up some supplies.
We're on a quest.
Oh, give me 1 second, dearies. Hands are full at the moment.
The other thing, like, oh, if I hate this, the children are evil and awful, and this, no, you won't have any freedom. I would say this, and this whole clip is only 2 minutes, but this lasts too long. James Bowie says Batman explodes Bane from the inside by overloading him with venom, then scoops the body into the harbor. Yet we're supposed to believe he had no kill rule. I just that sounds like he kills Bane to me. It was the infamous X-Men scene where Colossus is explaining how words are bad, and it took the whole page of nothing but speech bubbles. I saw that. Yeah, I think I did a video on that. It was crazy.
Can you imagine a more miserable existence?
What? Having kids?
Yes! All the little rugrats. Snotty, loud, demanding, sticky hands, constant noise, no freedom. Why would anyone choose this?
He was over there playing with the kids, like, yeah, let's go.
Here, dearie. Watch Angus while I gather your supplies.
Oh no, a baby.
Bram?
And boom, the feminism. This leaves the body. The feminism is just poison. It's just it's like alcohol. It's just poison, but some people might have too much of it. But and it's just, I guess not like alcohol is good on some levels. When you drink too much of it, it just becomes poison, right? It's like that, except it's all the feminism is all poison. You just have that in your body, it just destroys you as a person. But the cure for that apparently is just handing a woman a baby, and boom, it just evaporates. Factory settings have been reset.
Hi.
I can take the little guy.
Back off!
No.
Who's a perfect little warrior? You are.
There we go. That's pretty good. This is just, all of a sudden, boom. I said if Disney could just do that, right? If Disney could just like make women into men again and want families and stuff, if they could just do that, I'm pretty sure they'll become profitable again. Instead of getting bomb after bomb after bomb. And someone replied to me, I think, by saying, what was it? By saying, oh yeah, Zootopia 2 being really profitable. Well, what Zootopia 2 is about? It's about Nick and Judy Hopps kind of being a couple. Turns out that Nick and Judy Hopps are really, really, really strongly hinted that they are a couple in that one. They even go to couples counseling. And suddenly, what do you know? Zootopia 2 is a very bland movie, but it made a bunch of money. Interesting. Very interesting. So I was right. I was right then. So it says, being fair, LD, kids can be overwhelming if you don't have the mental emotional fortitude. I mean, yeah, that is true because it can be very overwhelming. But it's just like, this whole crusade to get women to just reject men, reject families, things like that. All right, chat. We got more to go into. We're just getting started, chat. We're just getting started. So here we go. Total Chud victory coming down the line here. Somehow, Apu returned. That's right, chat. We got Apu back.
On Kickstarter, a brand new set of Halloween mask pins, vintage style pins designed by me, Neon. Check it out at halloween.ninja. That's halloween.ninja. Well, this is interesting. So the official Simpsons account has acknowledged Apu after years of him being in
Acknowledge Apu. That poo right there, I acknowledge it. Absolutely.
exile. He got dropped from the show because of that documentary they did a few years ago. And then Hank Azaria, I guess, said he will no longer voice the character. They dropped
and that
him.
led to a bunch of other people not being able to voice characters they've voiced for years or quitting because
This was the first domino that got knocked over. When they canceled Apu, then everybody who was voicing a character that did not look like them was no longer allowed to voice that character. It was very weird. And it was like boom, 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 boom. And they wouldn't acknowledge him. And even The Simpsons made a joke in the one episode. I remember Lisa talking about how, some people we just don't mention anymore. And she put the picture of Apu in her drawer.
It's so funny. It's just a picture of a poo. Yeah, you put a picture of a poo in your drawer. Which poo was it? I think Susan's just don't tell people about the fan Zootopia comic. Just probably leave that part out. Probably don't reference that one. Right? Don't reference that one. It probably would be a bad idea. I used to be talking about the abortion comic or whatever. But anyway, chat. Thank you very much. I'm trying to find the right clip, but I don't see it anywhere here. Oh, here it is.
Nice.
Thank you very much, Alex. Hello, appreciate it.
Whatever. And now they're mentioning him. So I don't know if they're planning on bringing him back or what, but people are calling them out. They're like, what the hell? Like you basically destroyed voice acting for so many people over this, and now you're acting like, oh look, Apu's back, guys.
But a lot of people liked him, including people that was the Indian or whatever. A lot of them liked his character.
He actually, I mean, yeah, the accent was stereotypical, but it's a stereotype for a reason. But the guy he was a hardworking guy. He was a family man.
Let's make fun of people. Let's make fun. Let's have fun with other cultures and stuff like that. Let's have fun with it. And it's I started having everyone be protected. This is kind of cause resentment. You cause more racism by having people having certain cultures protected while others are not. This causes a lot of resentment. Just let us make fun of everybody. I think South Park said it's either all okay or none of it's okay.
And he was a business owner. He was successful. You know, he was an upstanding member of his community. Apu was fine. You didn't have to do that. But again, it was 2020. And everybody was tripping over themselves to be as politically correct when it came to race as possible. But the damage done to the voice acting industry, the animation industry, because of this, it's just been absolutely insane. So many people stepped away from roles that they'd played for decades, and it wasn't because
on their own, or they were forced out.
I think they were forced out. I think they tried to put a good spin out, like, well, after careful consideration, I've decided to give up this cushy job I've had for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody did that. There were a couple of people that did it willingly, but I don't think voice acting was their main gig. And but then it actually blew back in a lot of people's faces. Was it Pro ZD, the guy who was the Asian?
Yeah, now they're like, now they don't care. And it's like, oh well, I'm getting this job. Well, who cares? I'm not going to say no to a job based on my own principles. I'm going to accept the money. So they're willing to complain and throw stones at other people having really good jobs. It's like, oh, you're a white guy voicing a racist stereotype. That's awful. You shouldn't do that. You should give back all the money or whatever it is. But when they get the job that's not fitting of their race, then suddenly it's not an issue anymore. It's okay. Don't say anything. I think the lesson here is stop listening to these people. All right. They're not principled. They're not doing things out of concern. That's false concern trolling, you might say. They're just using this political correctness as a bludgeon to benefit themselves. That's literally it. So anyway,
guy who's like, oh yeah, this is great, guys, because basically all the white people can get out of my way, and I can voice all these Asian characters. Then he got typecast as just doing Asian characters,
and then he realized it wasn't as much work. And most of us I think most people believe that. Especially with voice acting, the great thing about voice acting was it's just whoever's right for the part.
I mean, ProZD is one of them, but I saw a huge wave that of all these voice actors and people kind of championing this idea. In fact, I didn't really see ProZD that much. I was told like, oh yeah, did you do this? And I looked into it like this. Oh, I guess he's one of those guys. So, but the first initial wave I saw of this I didn't see ProZD at first. I saw the big wave first. Where they're kind of all pushing people like Apu to leave. I think what broke the news and what I saw to me was the news of the guy that voiced Apu leaving. Like, I'm done taking money off of this. Well, yeah, you're already rich. You're already famous. All right. Give back the money then. It's like, you want to take accountability? Because here's the thing. Here's the truth about the matter. When a SJW leftist type says they take accountability, it just really means I concede, because concession, like this saying, okay, fine, you have a point, is like the biggest thing. And they always say it like they're doing you a favor. You can build an argument, you build the argument right, you kind of bring the evidence, and then they go, okay, fine. Right. I'll take accountability off of that one, and I'll concede. So if they concede a point, not only is it that considered to them a point of contention where they're taking accountability, because they had to go through the embarrassment of admitting they were wrong, which is unthinkable to an SJW type, especially when they're talking to someone who's politically different than they are. But also, it's like they're doing you a favor by admitting to the logic that they are wrong. It's like okay, fine. And because if you talk to them after that, it's like, I could see the point. Like I did you the favor. Like, yeah, of course, because I destroyed your argument. So so concession is two things to them. One, it's a painful, accountable measure, like saying you're sorry or deleting things or making or paying something back with money or something. It's equal on their minds. And second of all, they're doing you a favor by conceding. It's kind of like in their minds. It's a Great Ice says there is a black voice actor named Zeno Robinson who voiced Japanese and white characters. No one seems angry about that. Yeah, it's just white guys. It's just white men and white women that get the scrutiny. No one else. But Apu has come back. Apu has returned, and so this is kind of it's a funny thing. You know, the total Chud victory, another victory for the Chuds, winning again, chat, winning again. All right, here we go. Here we go, chat. Here we go. Let's dive into it. Let's see. I mean, it's enough. That's basically this news that Apu is back and going over a little controversy. But Disney's biggest mistake. What could this be, chat? What could this have been? Let's check it out. Disney's biggest mistake.
The last time a Hollywood animated movie made me tear up with emotion from the palpable love that was emanating from the screen was Tangled. It's now been 16 years since that movie, and I can't believe we haven't gotten a single beautiful animated love story since then.
It's kind of funny that Tangled was kind of like a Watchmen level event, because so Watchmen was really good, and then everyone wanted to copy Watchmen, which led to a really bad era of comic books, which is kind of like over the top and dark and gritty, instead of like the dark and grittiness kind of complementing the philosophy, the interesting storytelling, the highly insightful narrative, good characterization. And so that became like the dark age of the 90s, right? So that's kind of what it heralded in. So it was like a kind of a cringy era. However, Watchmen itself was pretty good. So Tangled itself was pretty good. Tangled is pretty good, but it launched like the era that we were in now, which is, we got Frozen and all the way down to things like Moana, which are just completely empty, hollow shells of a story. So Tangled really started it all, but Tangled itself is pretty good. Like it's a really good movie. It has like a really cool love story, really cool romance, a really good villain. Like Mama Galtha is like the female version of Frollo, if you think about it, because like they both keep their targets high in the tower. They're locked away and told like, oh, the outside world is dangerous. So Mama Galtha is like very Frollo-esque, except not as evil, because Frollo, I mean, she just Galtha just wanted to kind of like stay young, and Frollo wanted to commit genocide. So I would think Frollo is a little bit more evil than her. But at essence, they're very much the same. They're very parallel. But Tangled was awesome, right? Tangled really changed things. Even today, people are still talking about it, and even today, Tangled is still influencing how people make Disney characters and 3D models and things. Heck, the Mary Sue thing that we just watched is very much in a Tangled animation house. Like, it's very much so. But why was Tangled so good? Well, it had fun characters, very strong personalities, and it had romance and love in it. Now, what is absent from the movies after this? Romance and love. And it's even worse because this whole thing was built on girls and women. Like a big chunk of Disney's power and their powerhouse is built on the attracting girls and women. And that's kind of why they kind of bought Star Wars, because they wanted to bring in the male audience and then quickly made it a female's property, which drove away the male audience. And like, what? These men, I can't believe these men don't want to watch this crap. But that's kind of the main audience of Disney. The big gigantic audience, like the money powerhouse of Disney, was girls and women. And because look at all Disney movies before this, right? A lot of the mainstay elements of them, a lot of the core elements of them was romance. You had Lady and the Tramp, because you have even like a Treasure Planet. It wasn't Jim Hawkins, but it was Dr. Doppler and Captain Amelia. Like they fell in love and had kids. All that stuff. We had it's pretty much every, like Aladdin. And we had one of the best songs in Aladdin. One of the most memorable songs in Aladdin is about Aladdin and Jasmine. Ariel falling in love with Prince Eric. We had Aurora and Prince. It's not Robert, is it? Prince, the Prince. Snow White and the Prince. We had every single time. Every single time was all the way from the beginning. It revolved around a romance because everyone likes it, especially women. So, Entangled had a really good one. It's like this. He wasn't a prince or anything, but he was in love with her, and she was in love with him back because they kind of meshed together really well. And it wasn't supposed to be like it's supposed to be more natural, more organic than, oh, we wanted to make this guy like a thief or something like that, so he wouldn't be prince, and then therefore would not have a power dynamic over. Like, it wasn't any of that cringe. It was just Finn is a thief, which explains why he wants to go and why he's over there on the run and everything. And so, just I think he's like stealing something. I forgot exactly what he was doing. He was stealing something, and they kind of I'll give you this if you take me here. That's how they ended up together on this grand adventure. It's pretty cool. And over the course of the story, they gradually fall in love, and he kind of sacrifices himself for her, and because he could heal him, but he cuts her hair so that he might die, but at least she's free, that sort of thing. And it's a really good story, and it revolves around adventure and love. One of the greatest stories in the modern era that everyone tends to like, everybody, is The Princess Bride. Either you're neutral to it or you just love it, and it's men and women alike love it because it's really cool. I like it quite a bit. You got some adventure, you got some fighting, you got tests of manhood. You got it all revolves around two people falling in love and trying to get together despite everything kind of pulling them apart. It's really good. And then we got the post-Tangled era. Then we get Frozen. We get movies like Frozen, and what happens? Oh, there's no real romance. The guy, the prince, kind of like turned out to be evil, and then we get Kristoff, but we get Kristoff and Anna, but it's not really the core of the movie. It's more like something that kind of happens on the side. Right, the Kristoff and Anna thing. It kind of just happens on the side. Where it's just like, okay, the real connection was between Elsa and Anna. That was the real connection of the movie. Anyway, chat, we got a $20 super chat over here on Rumble. Thank you very much, Kalechi Okedi. Thank you very much, Kalechi Oki. Very generous. Very generous. Let me go ahead and play this little clip here. Where is it? Here it is. Holy shit, thank you much, Kalechi Oki. Wonder Woman 2009 fund. LD, it might be worth rewatching 2017 film to see how much it's pretty much a one-for-one live action version of 2009 film, but worse. Live action falls apart in third act. Interesting. So it's this kind of a copy. I guess we'll check it out. Let's check it out. Well, thank you much, Kalechi Oki. Appreciate it. Very much appreciated. All right, we'll add that to the tally. Let me see. What is the tally right now? We are over here with. Where is it? Come on now. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. And I'm going to add this together. And when I do that, we have a guest in the back room, chat. Let's see what this could possibly be. Where is it? Ah, here it is.
Don't talk to me. I know you're a pervert under there.
Yeah.
And good morning, Stu of the Stu Crew.
Good morning. Are we winning?
Oh, yeah, definitely. First of all, Stu, Apu has made a return to The Simpsons, apparently.
Apu?
Yeah, Apu. An entire Pooh.
Damn.
We got Apu back. Pretty good stuff. Some girl took a picture of Apu, put it in her drawer. And let's see, it's pretty good stuff. So I know we went over how terrible comics are today. It's just constant talking heads, constant eating in cafes. Meanwhile, over here, we got Absolute Batman, which I don't really like that much. It's more like a personal taste thing. There are a lot of good things to like about Absolute Batman. And see,
I think him constantly killing ice agents is a little annoying, but
Oh, I saw that too. Like, so I think I forgot who drew that. It was like this one of the artists. This is really cringe.
yeah.
But anyway, now we're on the topic of Disney's biggest mistakes, Stu. And one of those was right now is, I think, getting rid of love. That's what it seems to be going, because that's exactly what they did. And I'm just going to go over I went over the idea that Disney built itself on just having the best romance scenes and romance storylines.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they built their entire fame on, was romance storyline. And then Tangled came along, which was great. It was a really good movie, and they had a really good romance in there.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone loved Tangled to the point where it changed the entire way that Disney made characters and stories. Like this, you can tell that every movie after, like most of the movies after this, really kind of copied Tangled in style and form, except for the love interests, for the romance stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't have the female main characters falling in love. So Elsa has no love interest ever. Mm-hmm. She never gets a love interest because Frozen came after this one. And we have Anna and Kristoff, and then also Anna and the weird prince guy. But those are not the center of the story. What's the center of the story is the sisterhood between Elsa and Anna. So there's no romance. Mm-hmm. It's more like just like the two sisters have reconciled. So there's no real romance. This is kind of Kristoff is just there. Like, I guess the prince is evil. So how about we fall in love? All right.
Right.
And after that, there's no real romances after that, because we can't have women falling in love. We need to preserve female agency, because if a woman falls in love with a man, she no longer has agency. She becomes like a limb of his or something like that. I think that's the kind of like the what they think happens.
Mm-hmm.
The woman just loses all of her personality and identity the moment she gets into a relationship. Not even married, just like in a relationship, she just loses all of her being.
Yo,
that's kind of where it ends. It's a David Musselman. They show 20 gifted memberships. They give very much David. That's a very generous David Musselman. Let's see here. Where's the proper one? We got to give you the proper clip this time. Here it is. Thank you very much, David Musselman, once again. Let's see, and put this up here. Where is it? Here we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of this. Awesome. All right. Everything should be good now. And here we go. I think I'm just gonna keep John Doe up there because he gave a lot.
What did John Doe give?
$250 on July the 4th.
That was better than my $2.50.
A little bit more, yeah.
Just a little bit more. Yeah. Not a ton, but enough.
Yeah, but enough. Thank you much, Dave Musselman, and welcome to 20 new members of the Lit Legion. Hope you enjoy the past shows and the custom emoji. Thank you much, David Musselman, once again. Very generous. I'll do the updating here in a second.
And as someone that grew up on Disney love stories, I missed those times. It seems that Hollywood as a whole.
Oh my God! Look at this guy's. I'm sorry. Pause. I'm like, buddy, you are too handsome to be making this video essay. I'm sorry. Like you.
He's too handsome.
You do not need to be making this essay. Okay. Like I'm glad you are. Like for
with the romance stories.
Yeah, but it's like I don't know if you're the guy for this. Like.
To it for years with no major Western studio doing romance movies consistently.
Oh yeah, this Lion King also had the romance story
since 2010, and I think it's high time to bring back the fairy tale romance, rom-coms, love stories as a whole. But how did we even get here, and why do I think things are about to change drastically? See, for the longest time, Disney held up the romance.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't really count Kristoff and Anna. Especially not for the first one, where it's like they kind of just like fall in love. They don't really have a developing romance you get in a traditional Disney movie. They just kind of like fall in love because why not?
It almost became parody. It was so weird, like their romance.
In fact, they note that in Frozen, like, oh yeah, she just kind of falls in love at first sight with this prince guy, and like Kristoff goes, really, just fell in love with like this prince right off the bat. Not even knowing him. And she's like, yeah. And then she just instantly falls in love with Kristoff for some reason.
Yeah,
but
that's better because
heaven forbid, Stu, that we give the main character, Elsa, a love interest. Can't do that. Her sister gets a love interest.
you can tell they wanted to make her a lesbian so bad.
Really badly.
Mhm.
However, that didn't stop the fans. You could tell like they're trying to do this because of female empowerment or something like that. Like if we can't give her a love interest, we have to preserve female agency. Meanwhile, all the women who are fans of Frozen are just like shipping Elsa with everybody. Like, no, this is not working. Okay, feminists, like, no, the regular women want romance. They love it. So, it's not working out. You're not going to stop women from craving romance.
And
the thing is, women,
animation.
yeah, they're still writing romance. They're just writing lesbian romance, and they're writing it in such a way that they're daring you to challenge them. It's brat behavior.
It really is.
It really is like, I want correction brat behavior. And the thing is, the more I start doing that to like people in my life, the more the behavior starts stopping,
And all it takes is someone saying no. That's kind of why we're here, because no one said no.
Mm-hmm.
The people who had the power to say no didn't, and here's where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Spoon says being a lesbian won't stop the fans. Have you seen Tracer? Yeah, it's like people like you tell Tracer like, oh, she's a lesbian. Like, what? Really? Not from what I've seen.
It's so insane too, because not only do they like have this like that Tracer thing, like people will now incorporate Tracer's like lesbian wife into it, where it's like, oh, now a real man is showing up and giving her what she needs, kind of thing. Like it's like openly disrespectful, and it's very funny.
I didn't even know she had a wife.
No, yeah, she has like a wife or a girlfriend or something. I don't dislike her. Like, I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with the character existing. It's just the fact that it was written as a PR move, because Blizzard constantly had like fucking PR problems at the time. You find out that you drink one too many breast milks.
I'm sorry, I thought it was America.
Right? You break into one too many freezers and steal one too many breast milks.
I kind of felt like they made Tracer, like everyone was in love with Tracer's butt and stuff like that. And it's like they made Tracer lesbian out of defiance, or like just in retaliation.
Yeah.
And then in retaliation to that, all the fans made her not lesbian. To the point where people are like, oh, that's a character from a game.
I'm not even certain. Like, they made her not lesbian in those animations out of spite. I think they were just like, oh shit, new girl to play with.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that at all. I just think they don't care. Like Gooner, like you got to think like a Gooner, okay? So if you want to understand Gooners, you got to think like a Gooner.
Symphogy.
Yeah. So the way Gooners work is they don't give a shit about a single high quality piece. They want a lot of shit. Like that. You remember verbal
high quality? Just want a lot of it.
Yeah. That's why AI is actually a devastating game changer to like someone like me, who we have a fan art company, and like we also sell some not safe for work pillows. That is actually kind of devastating, because like we've lost like several big customers who are just like, yeah, I just use AI for my shit now, and that is annoying. That for sure is. Now, do you guys remember the Verbally situation where people were like, this guy spent $30,000 on his own self-Gooner material?
Oh yeah, he got Disney animators to work on like a shipping video between him and Charlie.
Yeah. Now the thing is, everyone was calling him a Gooner for that, and like I am like the one guy on the planet who's like, no, he's not gooning. He genuinely thought that was a good business decision, because like, here's the thing. Again, this is not how Gooners behave. Gooners want quantity over quality. They like quality, but quality is not required for a Gooner. Okay. You need a lot of material in order, because you're not just going to goon once, you're going to goon 100 times. It's easier to goon multiple times a day than it is to have sex multiple times a day, because the barrier to entry is way lower. And it's much less satisfying and it doesn't give you the same mental thing. If you have an all day goon sesh, it kind of gets close sometimes, but like that's not what's happening here. And like, so whenever they introduce a character like Tracer's wife, the gooners don't care. They're just like, oh shit, new girl, you know, that's all.
Right. But it's just making that kind of stuff has become an act of rebellion and revolution in today's times, because we can't have Trisha with a man, so we're gonna make it lesbian. And then here comes the gooner fans, here comes the smut artists to say no, she does like men.
Yeah.
Alex says she's from a game. She's from a game. There's two says Tracer should have gotten with Widowmaker. Probably. I mean,
sure. like that's such a. I'm not gonna die on that hill. Like, Widowmaker was the wife of the previous guy, Overwatch guy, and like her story's just sad, man. Like she got kidnapped by like the rival terrorist organization, and then like got killed or something like that, or her heart stopped beating. That's why she's purple. It's because her heart doesn't beat. So, like, Widowmaker is actually like the saddest character in fucking Overwatch, man. What AI do you recommend for goon animations? I don't know. I'll tell you, I use Dungeon AI for writing goon stories. But
Stu doesn't know.
No, I don't use gay eye. I don't use gay eye for my animations. I use gay eye for my fucking stories. Yeah, no. And even then, like the thing is too, the thrill ends. Remember, the thrill always ends, and you've got to seek this is why porn is so bad for your brain, unless you like me and you're married and you use it for marital aid, that kind of shit. Because whenever you get addicted to porn, again, you can't really you get diminishing returns. Let's say you find the perfect video or the perfect comic or whatever the hell you use. That's not going to work every time. It's going to get you close. It's going to get you as far as you need to go for like the first couple times, and then the like 8th and 10th time, it isn't going to work. So you need to find something else. Oh, it's not as good as that one comic. I need to find something harder. Like this is well documented. This is not new information. This is not me sharing a big personal revelation. It's just how it is.
It's like people get I think that's kind of people covered this before, like the psychology of it. It's kind of you go from vanilla to like really, really demented stuff. Like non-con stuff. Like I showed one of my workers redo of healer, right? And she's like a professional girl gooner, you know what I mean? And she like halfway through like episode 2 or whatever, like where he's actually torturing her and breaking her fingers, she was like, this is boring. She lost interest entirely, and she got mad at me because she's like, I thought this was going to be something like hardcore and weird, and this is nothing. And I'm like, what the fuck do you watch? And she's got like what is it? Oh god, she's got Gushing Over Magical Girls on loop at her house at all times. On loop?
Yeah, it just plays. What's the worst thing you've seen, Suit? The worst thing I've ever seen, I reported to the FBI, and that's not a fucking joke. That's not a fucking joke. I was there. Like, I wasn't there. I was on the website, and I saw this video, and I'm like, I think that's a genuine problem. And I reported it. Like,
also, it was what was it? I forgot. Whatever. But I got the two says Overwatch has a story. I didn't know how the story either.
It does. It takes itself way too seriously, but it's fine. It's good.
Let's see. And Megalithon, actually the far says, Stu truly understands Slanesh and the endless cycle of a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I was talking. I remember my point now. It was romantasy. So I'm not surprised by that, because the videos that we've seen where women kind of go over like the romantasy problem, it's like that's the reason, because romantasy gets really, really weird.
It does.
If they're giving you covers of like minotaurs and like glory holes and something like that, just think of what is actually in the book.
Right. And the weirdest part too, it's not just minotaurs and furry encoded shit. It is like one of again, I remember that video we watched of this girl going around explaining all the goon books on Book Talk or whatever, and like one where she's like, this girl's getting back shots while being forced to perform
and drowning
by her uncle or something, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
oh, I remember the one where she's like, yeah, she's this guy is drowning her in a lake while like giving her back shots, something like that, or something like that. But yeah, she's like, there's two girls going to the bookstore. She's like, oh, it's this one is good. This one is good because of this and this. And she's explaining what they like about it. Like this crazy nonsense. It's like this crazy, like taboo crap. And one of the women that we've seen cover this stuff is like they like the books because there are things that are allowed to happen in the books that would be illegal in video form.
Yeah. It's when I was, you know, like I'm pretty open about the stuff I like. I do like the occasional dubious con and non-con kind of videos, but like I totally agree that decent places should not have that stuff unless it's like really well regulated and really well documented, because it's too easy. You know, it's too easy to make that stuff for real and pretend it's fake, because people don't follow up on it, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Can't read wholesome degenerate. Wholesome stuff, it fulfills it. Remember, people are doing this for different things. When a person starts getting into it, like it's like cocaine, you know? They give you the good.
The first one is good, and then like I guess the diminishing returns.
Mm-hmm. Because again, too, like most people who get into porn, they start with vanilla, like the pizza man, and or
you
like,
fix your pipes, man,
or the boyfriend and girlfriend having their first time, you know, that kind of stuff. That's very common to start with, and then you stumble onto something that you didn't know you liked. And again, whenever you stumble onto this stuff, there's a case of trauma to be had, like a lot of our generation got cooked on early 4chan because on B you were allowed to post gore, right? And so a lot of people watched beheading videos way before they should have ever seen it, you know?
Yeah. And
whenever you get introduced to that stuff, like the earlier it's introduced, the worse you are later in life. Like NTR. Yeah. So like right now, they're in the dubcon space and the non-con space. They're really pushing NTR right in front of the dude. Like he's not doing anything. He's just watching his girlfriend just get annihilated. And I'm like, this is really unfun. I don't like this. Yeah. Like NTR BDSM. Yeah. The only people who are into NTR have an intense emotional trauma. Rat-a-tat. Oh god, yeah, no, Rat-a-tat. That guy's fucked in the head for sure.
Oh, like the Pokemon?
No, he's a hentai artist. He's actually really talented and really good. And once in a while, he'll post something just amazingly wholesome. But like 95% of his shit is just really uncomfortable NTR.
It's Alex Haley's price is those same girls would complain about anime just simply existing. And just go from like reading Romantasy, where it's about uncle giving like screwing his niece, I guess, and giving her back shots, and then drowning her or something like that. To like, I can't believe this anime girl has boobs.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's hey, much Alex Halo, and then also Fino Nishi, at least the 5 chat says Widowmaker's story may be sad, but that ass though.
Sure.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
All right. There we go. We get to all this put together. Fantastic. There we go. All right. I think this should be good. All right. Now that we're done with the in-depth porn conversation.
Sorry. I had to rant about like my problems with the industry.
Back to this guy talking about the wholesome Disney cartoons that had nothing to do with
Snow White in the 30s, all the way to Tangled in 2010. Most of the animated romance came from Disney. Disney built their empire on the idea of romantic love. Even smaller Disney movies understand how to depict love. The Aristocats has that one scene that I've seen a million times on Instagram at this point, where Thomas O'Malley seems enamored.
Yeah, even Aristocrats, it was revolved around romance. Rescuers Down Under. It was all about romance, like a man falling in love with a woman and a woman falling in love with that man in return. Beauty and the Beast was like known for this. It was known for this. Like you have to love her and she has to love you in return in order to break the curse. Like, not only was love present in a powerful force in the story, it was also a major plot point, like a major element of the plot in Beauty and the Beast at the very least. So when they came to the conclusion that, we got to stop these romances because it takes away agency from women. It's like how does that work? Even in Hunt for Notre Dame, we have a romance. Like, we kind of have a temporary love triangle between Quasimodo, Esmeralda, and Phoebus. Which of course Esmeralda gets with Phoebus because you can't really have her get with Quasimodo. But Quasimodo does join their hands, and Quasimodo starts shipping them in the end, so it's fine. Mr. Fat says, wait, wasn't there Power Fantasy in TR for a minute? Power Fantasy. Okay.
So I think what he's describing is so NTR is your girl getting stolen. I think the Power Fantasy NTR is you stealing the girl.
Yeah, the one stealing the girl, yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that shit either, because I really don't like hurting people. I think that's weird. I think it's weird that you get off to hurting people. Then again, I also just described intensely about the other stuff. So who am I to say?
Makes sense. Let's see. All right, chat. Now we're at 3:40. I think actually, you know what? Hold on. What's the day? Thursday. So we with the $60 more, we're less than $100 to go. $60 more, and boom! Not only do we unlock Pillarman, we get we'll do Wonder Woman 2009 on Rumble this weekend, and maybe also Venture Brothers. We'll see. I think that they kind of go hand in hand.
By how sapphire-like the Duchess's eyes are, and it's just adorable. Or Robin Hood.
Hey, Robin Hood, also the romance between Robin Hood and Maid Marian.
Telling Maid Marian that he owes his life to her.
I feel like whoever said that we shouldn't have romance anymore in Disney films should have been fired and blacklisted. Because obviously they're not ready for this environment. They're not ready to be in the industry.
That's what Disney knew how to do. They knew how to make moments feel like gravity shifting. The Disney Renaissance era was built on this. The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Tarzan, every single
like how unrealistic Beauty and the Beast
make moments feel like gravity shifting. The Disney Renaissance era was built on this. The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast.
I should be glad that he's a human now, not disappointed that he's not a beast anymore.
Beast, Aladdin, Tarzan, every single one had some sort of romance at the core. The duets, the yearning, the moment where the protagonists fight for each other against all.
And we had Mulan and Shang even. He wasn't even put off by the fact that she's a girl. She's like, whoa, he found out that she was a girl and was still in love with her.
Lauds, Belle sees past the beast's beastly facade, and as time passes, you can see her shifting from fear to affection and then love. Aladdin learns he's worthy without the lie. Ariel trades her entire world for Eric for the most part. These were love stories first, adventure second. They're intense, but charming. Before we dive into this, I need to tell you about something I just did that completely just a cheeks. You can also just get an golden age of animated romance link and
for the conspiracy about this one, I think you like Stu. Apparently, there are some of these DNA, like your ancestry thing, that are run by Jews, and they will send it back to you, and they will say that, oh, you're part Jewish, but not enough where you're owed something from Israel or whatever, but enough where you can feel loyal to them. Because this guy did a bunch of them, and he kind of came back with he did a bunch of these little for different companies, and none of them said he was Jewish except for like maybe one. And it's like, oh, he kind of looked into it. It's like, oh, it kind of feels like a thing where they say you're Jewish, but just enough that you feel some loyalty to Israel. Not enough for that you get anything from them. That's what he said. It's like this. That's a weird. It's a very strange conspiracy theory.
Sure is, but like honestly, at this point, I don't necessarily unbelieve it because, like, oh man,
There's
You
a
know?
lot of crazy things happen. Yeah.
For the same exact price, you're also getting a 30-day free trial, free shipping, and the Ancient Origins feature, plus so much more. I'll have the link.
It's kind of weird that I don't really want to give my DNA to any company. It's just kind of strange.
And my code in the description. Now let's get back to talking
Outside of medical purposes, like, oh, here's my DNA.
about romance and animation. But it wasn't just Disney.
It feels dystopian to me. But here we go with the Corpse Bride. Really good story, also about love.
90s and early 2000s were the golden age of animated romance across the board. Don Bluth gave us Anastasia in 1997. Dimitri and Anya have like one of the best enemies to lovers arcs in animation history. DreamWorks gave us The Road to El Dorado.
This was a kind of romance plus. But yeah, the Anastasia, it really was like a really good romance between Anastasia and the scam artist guy and his Russian friend that was voiced by Fraser.
In 2000, where Tulio and Chell have this surprisingly adult, witty, sexy
Yeah, because her head pops up a little lower than you think it would.
chemistry that felt more like a screwball comedy than a kid's movie. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas in 2003 had Marina and Sinbad bickering their way into love on a pirate ship. Tim Burton gave us The Corpse Bride in 2005 too. Even the Shrek movies, which are satire, were super romantic. Shrek and Fiona's relationship in the first movie is played for laughs, but by the end, when he accepts her for who she really is, it works because the emotion is genuine. These movies understood.
Even like Don Bluth is a legend, yeah. But even then, it's like we have Secret Nim, where she doesn't really fall in love with anybody. I mean, there's Justin, but she doesn't really fall in love with a guy. But the reason why she's doing all this in the first place is because she's Mrs. Brisby, like she's what's his name, Jonathan Brisby's wife, and that she loved him so much that she's like doing all this stuff to protect the kids and to honor his name. So even if it's not, she doesn't fall in love directly. She did already. And she's just kind of, trying to honor his legacy. Alex Halo 5 says that those companies have been caught selling your DNA to other companies. Yeah, I think I heard about that too. They sell it. Like, what the hell? To what? Make meat in a lab or something?
It's kind of insane, like just how malicious like companies have gotten. You can't trust anything anymore. There's like no good corporation that makes more than like $1 million a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's very devious, and also kind of dystopian. I'd say like the whole idea that it's pretty fun to just give us your DNA. Pretty cool. It's kind of like how we thought that in a dystopian future there'll be cameras everywhere and no one will be able to do anything without getting caught. We thought that would be implemented by the government, but it turns out all they had to do was just give everyone a really cool cell phone. And it happens anyway. We do it ourselves.
Well, there is a certain comfort in knowing how much it's backfired, because the narrative that right wingers are violent, evil, like misogynists is completely being destroyed by actual video evidence.
Because every single time we see a confrontation, so like the right winger is just very respectful and holding back, while the SJW lefty is just raging and screaming and throwing punches and trying to kill people.
Yeah,
we've seen that over and over and over again. So this whole idea that it's the right wingers that are evil, it's like no, clearly not. Good morning to you, Lady Facelot. Good morning. Fire.
And ironic and still make the audience believe in love. This wasn't limited to fairy tales either. WALL-E in 2008 is one of the most romantic movies ever made, and it's about
like a movie about a robot that crushes trash, and it still has romance in it.
Two robots who literally barely speak. And this was happening in live action too. The 90s and 2000s were the golden age of rom-coms. Notting Hill, 10 Things I Hate About You, Groundhog Day, The Proposal, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which is one of my favorites. Romance was everywhere. It was considered a legitimate, bankable genre in both animation and live action, and audiences loved it. But somewhere around the 2010, the genre kind of nosedived. Live action rom-coms got exiled to streaming, and animated love stories just stopped being made entirely. And the data backs this up. Live action rom-coms went from over $1 billion a year in box office revenue in the 2000s to under $250 million a year by the mid-2010s, decimated to only a quarter of what it was. And animated romance vanished completely. Yes, some animated movies had romance as a subplot, but never the main.
Then we got flooded with feminists and like, no, we hate men, so cut them out of the movies.
Focus. For animation, Disney was the entire romance genre. So the moment they stopped believing in romance and fairy tales, the genre completely evaporated from Hollywood. For 50 years, Disney had been.
Actually, if I had to guess what caused like this massive like over-induction of feminist bullshit is the fact that you can't just fire anybody anymore.
That's true.
Because
it's called PR disaster.
Yeah, no, because like you had to have like certain reason, a bunch of documentation, you had to have all these like this fucking paper trail just to make sure that you could fire somebody, and it's exhausting. Because you hire someone and it's, there's always like a honeymoon phase. It's like, oh my God, this new worker is so great. And then they come in and they start like being an uppity, like fucking problem. And you can't get rid of them easily, at least not in these places where they're making this stuff. In California, you can get fired for like dismissing an illegal, on set. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're illegal. Why they shouldn't be here at all. Why should I get in trouble for it? Let's see. Or you're like a guy in the UK and you happen to be Muslim and you stab some women and then you like, oh, you're too retarded to stand trial. Get out there, you little scamp. And then you're the friend of the woman who got murdered or something like that. And they're like, hey, that's not fair. All right, well, time to go to jail and pay a fine.
In the happily ever after business, and then they quietly went out of business. And while we had some truly beautiful animated movies, I think we lost something vital. We lost the art of telling stories about falling in love. The pivot point was clearly Tangled. In hindsight, Tangled is a fascinating artifact. It stands with one foot in the classic era and one foot in the modern era. On the one hand, it is deeply concerned with modern themes like the struggle for independence, toxic parenting. But on the other hand, Tangled commits fully to the romance. Rapunzel and Flynn have amazing chemistry. The movie is full of super romantic and intimate scenes. Their relationship is the core of the movie. The lantern scene is arguably the last great, sincere, romantic set piece Disney ever produced, and it's one of people's favorites.
Let's see. Last of a Generation says that's because they're trying to engineer the new woman that's is supposed to be a man. Yeah, just they wanted the new woman is a man. That's kind of what they want to make happen. All women must be men now, and they want men to just stay home and play video games or whatever, or non-binary. I don't know, or unless something is going wrong and then something inconvenient happens, then they want men to be men again. So I don't know what they're trying to do with the women anymore. Yeah.
No, they actively want men to die. I mean, like we've seen enough feminist literature and feminist like fucking think pieces. We know how they think. Like we know how they act.
Yeah.
They just hate us and they do not give a shit. And these people need to be rooted out and exposed,
Yeah, big time. And people should have said no in the beginning. If people just have said no, we would have sidestepped all this poison. But they didn't say no because of political correctness. Political correctness would kind of really let all this stuff in.
It worked because it took the romantic fairy tale and modernized it in a way. Then came Frozen, a movie clearly designed as a deconstruction of the romantic fairy tale genre. Its entire narrative purpose was to take the
here come the deconstruction guys. Yep. That's what happens.
Prince Charming archetype and burn it to the ground.
The thing is, they do it from like a point of hatred, though, because you could totally do a deconstruction that's pretty cool and pretty interesting. Like I'm pretty sure like Watchmen was that, and it's pretty interesting. But it doesn't come from a point of hatred. Like this one came from a point of like this modern day deconstruction, kind of point of like I hate this trope. I want to destroy it. That's good. And so it's so hostile.
Hans is a weaponized critique of Disney's own history. When Anna says she wants to marry him after one day, the movie openly mocks her. When they sing love is an open door, the harmony is literally telling us that it's a lie. It was like they were parodying all the countless fairy tales that had come before it. But see, Hollywood is ridiculously dumb. The lesson from Frozen should have been, we need to maybe...
Well, don't I know her? I know for that Hollywood is for some reason like retarded, like just straight up retarded. The 2000 Princess Frozen was a complete bastardization of the Snow Queen. It was about a girl saving her boyfriend from the villain. I think it was a brother. It was something like that. But yeah, it was a. I think originally they were going to make Elsa the villain. I'm not sure if that was true or not. But
oh yeah, you can actually they proudly show it. You can see their storyboards on the DVDs.
And I think they were like Let It Go was supposed to be a villain song. They kind of switched up the tone of it. It might have been like in a minor, and then they kind of switched it up to major, so it sounds more heroic.
Yeah. Well, it's because the song was empowering.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be. I think they would have found it more empowering if she was a villain, because they love villains so much. They love being evil, and if they have like a cool character that kind of validates their villainous tendencies, they like it way more. Posthumous says when there war and draft LD, women also went back to the default settings too. Is the hand him a baby or war were declared? Then all of a sudden, oh, men off to war with you. What about you? What about equality? Well, you know. Let's see. These guys, I retired early. I don't mind staying at home and playing video games and farming every inch of open land around our home. But I get that's a rare dream to have. It really is. It really is.
Better romance.
It's not that it's a rare dream. It's a rare instance to fulfill that dream. Like we're kind of converting our backyard into a giant garden. And it's coming along great. It's just gonna take a while, you know.
The farming takes some time, yeah.
Instead, they thought we should stop writing romances entirely. In order for a story to be modern, it had to reject romance. Look at the slate of major Hollywood animation studios the past 15 years. Moana, Big Hero 6, Zootopia, Encanto, Strange World, Luca, Coco, Inside Out.
And none of these have romances in them. None of them. I mean, some are pretty good, I guess, but none of them have romances in them. Hold on.
Major Hollywood animation studios the past 15 years. Moana has a love interest potential with Maui, but of course you can't fall in love with him because that'd be heterosexuality. You can't do that. Also, Maui's a demigod and would have way more power dynamic over her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, power dynamic. Mm-hmm. And so she can't fall in love with a guy that is above her. Even if feminists want that. But we can't have a guy that's above her, and they fall in love with each other. It's just too much.
6.
And Big Hero 6, I hardly remember that movie at all, but I do know people liked it. Zootopia. We have like Nick and Judy Hopps, and they want to make them a couple so bad, but they can't because that would be romance, and that would be heterosexual romance, and we can't have that. Also, it could be argued that they think that Nick has more power dynamic than her because he's a fox.
Well, also keep in mind that they had to answer the abortion question, and that's really uncomfortable for a lot of people.
The AQ, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Lady Fazzo says no, they wanted romance between children in the home. Yeah, they wanted that one. They wanted romance in Luca because it was two boys.
Encanto.
Encanto, she doesn't really get a romance either. I don't even think there's a boy around that she could have a romance with. So we can't really have our main characters fall in love with anybody if they're women.
Strange World, Luca.
In Luca, they really wanted the romance here, but it wasn't. There wasn't. The only romance potential was between the main character and the Italian girl, or the other Italian girl that kind of wants to do that marathon thing. But they really wanted to. Oh, it's a gay movie about these two guys. Like they're just friends. Like, you watch the movie, they're just friends.
Coco, Inside Out.
Yeah, Coco's really good, but it's a journey of like finding who you are, and yeah, there's no romance in there. I mean, that kind of, I guess, where it's the mom, the grandma falling in love with the grandpa again, as skeletons. So, but the main character is not falling in love.
Yeah.
Like the main character is not like a girl he wants to impress or anything.
It's funny. I remember liking Coco a lot, and I thought it was a great movie. Never had the urge to watch it ever again.
I mean, it is a really good movie, but yeah, it doesn't have like the romance that like even Black Cauldron had a little bit in there between the main character and the princess. Like you could tell they kind of liked each other.
Yeah, it's funny too, because like, oh god, what am I trying to say? Like I'll watch Aladdin at any time, you know.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's very cool. It has a good storyline. You have Jasmine and Aladdin that you're rooting for. Let's see. Alex Halo looks at fathers for chances. I already mentioned this comic before. You got here, Stu. Oh, you have the abortion comic. Oh, you're much Alex Halo.
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess like the closest we get to love interest for her in Aganta would be Bruno. Would be Bruno. It's her uncle.
I was gonna say that's her cousin or something, right?
I think it's her uncle. Like he's like, no.
It's her uncle. He looks so young.
I think it's supposed to be her uncle. We don't talk about Bruno. It's a pretty good song, but yeah, they're related. In any case.
Oh, Inside Out, Soul.
Inside Out was that was about like emotion stuff and like emotion development, I guess. But it's there's no love interest for the main character, and they kind of hinted that they want to do a love interest in the second one, but make her lesbian, and it kind of felt like they might have gone that direction, but they backed out of it. So like she's just admiring this one girl who's like really good at this one sport.
What are we talking
about?
about?
Like falling in love, Inside Out and Inside Out 2. So yeah, there's no love interest. There's no love or romance at all. So yeah, it's a pretty good movie, but it's not as memorable as I guess as it could be.
Out, Soul.
I never seen Soul.
Frozen, Into the Spider-Verse, Minions, Super Mario Bros, The Wild Robot.
Yeah, you would think Super Mario Bros would be all about romance between Mario and Peach, but that doesn't happen either.
Like they tease Mario about having a crush on Peach, but that was like it, you know?
Yeah, like children. Like, haha, you like her.
Right.
But yeah, they can't really have it. They can't even have Mario fall in love with Peach these days. I'm betting if they make that, when they make that Zelda movie, that Zelda and Link movie, it'll be a platonic relationship, and they shake hands at the end.
Yeah.
And Link did he conquered all these bad guys and saved Zelda because he's a good guy and doesn't want anything in return. Just will just walk away into the sunset. After having shaken her hand, of course, platonically, or they're gonna make them related or something. Like, oh, they're brother and sister now, or something like that. It's
Mario Bros, The Wild Robot. I could go on and on. Most of these are objectively great movies, but literally,
I mentioned that a little while ago, I think. But Treasure Planet, yeah, there's no romance for the main character, Jim Hawkins, but we do get that between Doppler and Captain Amelia, and it's built up throughout the story. Like they have confrontations at first, like they start, like, you know, they fight, and then over the course of the movie, it's very clear that they're starting to fall in love with each other. Like Amelia is very amused by him, and then of course she gets delirious and starts saying like, "Oh, you're so masculine and awesome."
Isn't he played by David Hyde Pierce?
I think so, yeah, which is pretty funny because he's gay. But he plays a very flamboyant character too. But yeah, just she inspires Dr. Doppler to be manly, which is pretty interesting, and it actually is how it works too.
Romance as a major plot point. They are stories about healing the wounds your parents gave you, finding your place in a community.
Cringe. Like, oh, generational trauma.
Adventure, finding yourself.
Yeah, see, there it is. It's Inside Out 2, where she's like, you know, she's walking in and I guess it's hockey or something, but yeah, Riley is, I guess, a hockey fan because, you know, we can't have her being the feminine stuff. And then she falls in love with this. She really likes this one girl who's already like the captain of the hockey team or something like that. Yeah. And it feels like they were going to go the direction of like lesbian stuff, like, oh, Riley's a lesbian, but then backed out and decided to make her a fan instead, which is reasonable.
Adventure, finding yourself and who you really are. The I want song shifted from I want him or her to I want to know who I am. And look, I'm the first person to say that we need stories like these. Stories about toxic families and internal growth and maturing and finding out your place in the world. That's important. Disney's early history was too focused on romance, but we have swung the pendulum too far in the other direction. We're teaching an entire generation how to love their friends, heal from the parents, how to love themselves, which is amazing. Don't get me wrong, but we've stopped showing how romantic love fits into a fulfilled life, which I think can be equally as important. People are starving for connection nowadays, and instead of getting healthy romance stories in our movies, we're getting subconsciously.
Asha definitely doesn't have a love interest, and I'm kind of thankful for that because she's just awful. I would feel so bad for the guy that had to fall in love with her.
Told that needing a partner makes you weak.
Yeah, Asha from Wish.
Oh, that's right. She has a name, doesn't she?
Yeah, she has a name.
I literally never cared to learn any of that shit. I didn't even.
A Wish girl.
Yeah, I literally only know the king from that movie because he's the only character that fucking matters. You know?
Yeah, Magnifico, and he's just they hate him because he's a man, pretty much.
More literally, the way there was an overcorrection in Hollywood. They started equating strong female characters with characters who don't need anyone, and especially not a man. Decided that a female character who wants a relationship,
immature way of looking at things too. That's like a kid's view of like what strength is. It's like, I don't need anyone, I'm strong, which is not how it is at all.
Yeah, there's
like a lot of times it's like every movie that's kind of what the kid will have in the beginning, like a young guy. He's like, I'm super cool and strong, I don't need anybody, and then they learn over the course of the story that they do. That's kind of the mature revelation. But here it's like they think that's the revelation. Oh, I kind of make a female character who don't need no man, or whatever.
It's so fucking annoying too because it's not just that they, they're trying to destroy the family unit. They're trying to do a bunch of things, but like every single successful person I know has some kind of partner, whether it be a good business partner or a good spouse. There's no single person who has flown solo well, actually, that's not true. There are people who fly solo, but guess what? They're usually miserable, have a bunch of mental health disorders, and like,
or they have a bunch of friends. Are people like they have a big friend group? Maybe not necessarily a partner, but a big friend group. I think.
Yeah. They just have a bunch of problems, and they want most people like want a partner real bad, and we need to teach people how to be partner is just an easy word because it does refer to like boyfriend or girlfriend, but I'm fucking sick of hearing the word partner.
Yeah, partner.
My partner likes this. Fuck you. No, that's your girlfriend.
Well, it's because like George Carlin called this a long time ago. Like somehow for some reason some people who change language, or like they want to go more sanitized. And so we go from, like, for example, use the word shell shock, which is back in the day, like that's how you referred to PTSD. Oh, he's got shell shock. That's too offensive. And so we eventually became to post-traumatic stress disorder. It's like look all the syllables we added. It's like something that happened in my car. They had really big effort to remove the humanity from everything in our lives, from language to architecture. I even see those videos where like, oh, here's this building in style back in the 90s. And here it is now. Like all the colors been drained out. It's all uniform. Everything is drab, browns and whites and blacks and everything. There's like no real livelihood in the colors. Like there's no personality anymore. And people have gone over the brutalism. Like, oh, look, here's McDonald's. Here's Pizza Hut back in the 90s. It's cool and colorful. And then now it's like, here's a little building of gray.
Yeah.
That's what Generation says. For me, the movie Coco is one of the most Mexican scenes in the movie. The grandma scene where she is making Coco eat more food. Yes, it's true. It's true. I can confirm. Absolutely.
Relationship is somehow less evolved than one who wants a career or to pursue something else like a passion or an adventure, and vice versa. This applies to male characters too. But that is such bullshit. Since when did strength mean isolation or lack of romance or love? Since when is falling in love anti-feminist? There is nothing braver, in my opinion, nothing more dangerous and nothing more beautiful than handing someone the power to break your heart and trusting them not to, because that's what love is.
Look, buddy, that's a good. I like that. That's a good set of sentences. Well done.
That's a pretty good block of. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I like that. Well done.
For example, they're strong. They're independent women.
He's also a weeb. Turns out.
Still have time for love.
I actually used House Moving Castle as an example of reconstruction, where it kind of does break down a few things. It deconstructs a few things, but also kind of ends with some reconstructive stuff. Like there's positivity there. It's not just about everything being terrible. There's a war going on in House Moving Castle that they added in, like Studio Ghibli added that into the storyline. It's to show you that there's darkness, there's evil, there's cruelty in the world, but also there's kindness and hope and beauty. And so, like, yes, there's a deconstruct, yeah, but also reconstruct as well. House Moving Castle is really good with this. Yeah, man of culture. I see. You too are men of culture.
For love and support from the male interests in their lives. And in my opinion, that's so...
Even Spirit Away had kind of like a very wholesome romance. And I don't think they kissed or anything like that. It wasn't that level, but it's like they clearly like each other.
I'd call it suitable child romance.
Yeah, just like he tries to help her. She likes him a lot. It's very cute and innocent. It's Haku and she's in Chihiro is they're in love with each other, like very clearly. They like each other. It's very like they have crushes. That kind of feels like. So even Spirit Away has this. Even Spirit Away has a kind of a romance.
Oh, important. We need more romance and love in our movies. We're becoming increasingly isolated.
I'm pretty sure Ashitaka and the girl are in love too. I think it's directly that they are in love with each other. I think so.
Increasingly isolated and lonely, less community driven as a society. People are having less kids, getting married less, and ultimately that's really sad. We're social creatures at the end of the day. Not only that, romance stories teach us how to be vulnerable, how to communicate, how to fight for something bigger than yourself, how to see someone else's perspective.
Really funny. There's just kind of like here's two frogs falling in love with each other. I know the context, but it's just kind of funny. Like, here's the romance between two frogs who look like frogs.
For something bigger than yourself, how to see someone else's perspective and choose them anyway and figure that out together. They show us it's okay to want partnership, to dream about someone choosing you. That love, as complicated and hard as it can be, is worth pursuing. When you watch Belle...
Well, it's not really about that. They do like romance. They just don't want it to be with a man. And if it is with a man, like Jordan Peterson says, they don't want to be with a strong man. Like they want to be with a man who's weaker than they are. That's why they push this crusade of power dynamics, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like we don't want men to be strong. We want them to be weaker than us, but we can't just say that. So we're going to wrap it up in the false morality of power dynamics.
Fall for the beast. You're not just watching a fairy tale. You're watching someone learn to see past surface level judgments. When you watch Rapunzel trust Flynn despite Mother Gothel's warnings, you're watching someone take a leap of faith. Leading the Tramp shows us that love means accepting someone from a completely different background and seeing past social class. Intergalactic is a great example of a non-fairy tale animated romance, grappling with whether professional success and romantic love can coexist. Something a lot of us are wrestling with right now or have wrestled with in the past. There are very few things in life that teach you more about yourself than being in a relationship with someone you love and care about. But while the industry tried to kill romance, they couldn't kill the audience's hunger for it. There seems to have been a resurgence in people wanting more love stories. Netflix alone released over 40 original romantic comedies between 2018 and 2024, with movies like To All the Boys I've Loved Before becoming super popular. Another huge example is The Summer I Turned Pretty. That show was all over the place. The show became a massive streaming hit when it premiered in 2022. But
as much as they want to declare war on romance between, a woman and a man, it's what sells. People want to see it. They're trying to chastise it and saying, no, you don't. We want to see platonic friendships and stuff like that. You don't want to see romance. But everyone's like, yeah, we do though. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Its third season blew up last year. A show fully committed to earnest emotional romance, yearning, obsession, forbidden love. People ate it up, my sisters included. And honestly, even from watching a few episodes, I was also hooked. Apart from that, though, TikTok's rom-com core aesthetic has billions of views. People are making viral edits of classic rom-com scenes all the time. Not just on TikTok, though. On Reels, on Shorts, all over the place. The data is clear. People still want love stories. Studios just stopped.
And see, the only thing this is at least stop the nose ring and side save shot. At least stop rooting these things. Now the nose ring just go completely. I kind of like the save shot of the head. At least I used to. Until they ruined it.
Yeah, no, it used to be a very good, like a very interesting style, and now it's just terrible, you know?
It used to be like rebellious. Now it's just cringe. Same thing with like dyed colored hair. Like in the 90s, I was like, man, I like the dyed colored hair. It looks like blue and green, something like that. Very like either a hacker girl or like gothic. It looks very rebellious. But now I know it means this person is cringe and pretty much retarded. Let's see, Wolfsbane. Thanks for a $10 super chat. Thank you very much, Wolfsbane. Appreciate it. Let's see, Wolfsbane says Ashitaka giving Mononoke the crystal dagger necklace and is essentially a marriage proposal in his culture. It's why his betrothed gave back to him at the beginning of the movie. I didn't know that. Was that I didn't know he had a betrothed that gave back to him. I don't remember that part. But that makes sense. I'm pretty sure that Ashitaka and the girl were in love. I'm pretty sure they're in love by the end. I'm pretty sure that they kiss and everything. I'm pretty sure like there's a big romance there.
I feel like you're gaslighting us.
Obviously, there's no romance. Obviously, it was a good movie, so obviously there couldn't be romance in there. Let's see.
Making them as much. But there's one important exception to this that we'll touch on soon. I think it's important to look to the east, though. A part of the world that has consistently...
yeah, because on the sunrise on the third day, look to the east.
Look to the east.
been making great love stories. Anime romance has been doing phenomenal.
Like, why is anime kicking our ass? Well, they have women who like women, first of all. Masculine men, feminine women, and people fall in love. Basically, anime is human. Anime has humanity in there that people are craving that the West is just reluctant to give us.
Really well the last 10 years. Movies like Your Name, A Silent Voice, Weathering...
Silent Voice is good. It's my favorites.
With You, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. As weird as that title sounds. Movies that made hundreds of millions of dollars and had us all weeping. Your Name destroyed...
And weeping. It's actually the is The Land of the Rising Sun.
Okay.
It says Orange Man says, "Hey Stu, how's the summer going?"
Pretty good. Lost a couple big cons this year. Not pleased with that. Like yeah, so fucking what is it? A bunch of conventions are now doing like very hard no fan art rules in the dealers hall. And all Artist Alley are switching over to lottery. So any loyal, there are conventions I've been at for the last 10 years that I have been forced out of now because fan art is no longer acceptable in the dealer's room. And there's a certain like, okay, fair, you know what I mean? But like, there's no alternative for people like me. Like I own one of the biggest fan art companies like that goes to conventions on a regular basis. Like we have the biggest booth, we have the most product. It's just, it is what it is. Right. But in anime circles, Toei and Crunchyroll are really, really pressing down on pressuring conventions. Now, what's worse is they do not stop fucking their, they don't stop their guests.
They never stop fucking.
They never stop having their guests come in with their fan art prints and then signing those for $50 a piece.
Well, that would just be silly. Why would they do that, Stu?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. They're literally like artists are being punished for success, and they're making it in such a like. Now there are other companies that have unlicensed fan artwork in the dealer's room, but those companies somehow get away with it because they'll pay like $10,000 to sponsor the convention, and they're fine. And the thing is, it's not even Japan. No. You can't really blame Japan on this because it was an environment created by the United States. Our bullshit copyright laws only really apply here. Like, you know, it's not just Japan. Toei learned their lesson from Nintendo when fucking, what is it? What company was that? What company owns Donkey Kong? Or it's not Mighty Joe Young, it's the other one. King Kong?
King Kong.
Who owns King Kong?
that Universal? I feel like it's Universal.
Yeah. So Universal tried to steal Mario from Nintendo way back in like the 60s. Because originally they wanted Mario to be fighting King Kong for that one chick. And there was a point where Nintendo almost lost everything to some bullshit US copyright stuff. And that's when that lawyer came in named Kirby, who his name was actually Kirby. He saved Nintendo from a massive Universal lawsuit. And that, according to local legend, that is why Kirby is named Kirby, is because of this. Because it doesn't matter that it's public domain. It's just back then it was like there was a certain type of King Kong that wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. Again, like just because like something's public domain now doesn't mean that this wasn't an issue. And ever since then, Toei and all these big Japanese companies, when dealing with Americans, they are so on guard because our American companies will fuck them over at every opportunity. In Japan, fan art is just accepted. And so is AI art, by the way. I've got like there were tons of flyers with those Studio Ghibli AI art and advertising the local stores. They don't care. The point is like they respect their local artists so much that they can still elevate their local artists and even local fan artists without like annihilating the entire country. It's very Indian in that regard. Indian. You want to talk about being racist? This is why everyone is like openly racist against Indians. Indians have this bullshit honor system that is basically fuck you got mine. They as long as you are advancing your in group, you can do whatever. And whenever you're caught or confronted, your job is to fight so angrily and so outrageously that the other side gives up. And if you convince the other side to give up, you gain more honor, you know?
Yeah.
Fan art in Japan has several functions. It goes from admiring the artist to basically a job application. No. And the thing is too, like, here's how fucked up the American copyright system is. If I draw like just a outline of Sonic the Hedgehog, I broke copyright law. Just doing that, like I broke the law and like I can get in trouble for it. But the thing is, like, even like you have to do it in order to apply to anywhere big. It's like, hey, Disney, here's my portfolio, here's some stuff I've done, here's original, and then here's stuff of copyrighted work. Yeah.
It kind of had to do that, but I guess it's gonna be tough sometimes. But it's kind of strange that kind of just like outlawing it after all this time of like
it's only
conventions for that stuff.
It's only happening at anime conventions. Comic conventions don't give a fuck. And I think that's because like comics are so desperate for any kind of like positive attention that they'll just allow fan art even though they really don't want to.
Let's see. I said the chooses and now Kirby fights Eldritch Horrors and eats them. Yeah. And also Kerbo kind of looks for scripture and converts them and baptizes them. Insane.
Wait a minute. But anyway, so Western studios can't say we don't want romance anymore. We clearly do. We're just getting it elsewhere.
No, people do. The people in the West do. That's why they're shifting over to anime. It's just the people in control of our media. They do not. They want to push something else on us.
Instead of Hollywood. And this brings us finally to the one exception we've gotten in the past 15 years. The movie that might push the pendulum in the other direction if we're lucky. Elemental. The first proper romance story among Hollywood animation studios since Tangled. People were pretty excited for it too when the trailer came out. But then it came out and it kind of seemed to flop. It was doing really poorly. But then people saw it. And more people saw it. It kept making money week after week after week, eventually becoming a massive hit. It made nearly $500 million as an original movie, which is great. Elemental is unapologetically a romantic comedy. And although the story could have been better, people like that about it. The movie tackles immigration, assimilation, class differences, and parental expectations, all the themes we've been getting recently, but it filters them through the romance. It proves people like these sorts of stories, and maybe, just maybe, it can serve as a signal to Disney that people want more romance stories. So this is my plea to animation in Hollywood. Bring back the fairy tale. Bring back romance. I'm not asking for regression, though. I do not want to go back to 1950. I don't want Sleeping Beauty lying comatose, waiting for a stranger to kiss her. I just don't.
Oh, jeez.
I do.
I don't want
Fuck off. No.
female characters with no agency. I don't want.
Oh, gee. Okay, we're done. You're so good until the end there.
He's just saying that though, just to placate these low voltage morons who like can't handle a difference of an opinion.
Yeah.
No, don't worry. I also don't want bigoted content. Actually, most people will take bigoted content just fine.
Bigoted content is way better than what we have now. Way better. Let's see. Give me Song of the South. I'll take that. I'll take that way over this modern day stuff. But before we switch over, chat, I want to show you this video.
Yeah, it's been really.
When you encounter a Griffith supporter.
I actually just finished the Eclipse. It was super sad.
That part makes me sad every time.
Yeah, but I'm really excited to be entering.
Griffith did nothing wrong.
What?
Well, that's weird. I mean, now, we don't see the big deal. The guy was just following his dreams. I don't know how you can say that when he sacrificed the Band of the Hawk. Well, Griffith had a dream to acquire.
What is it with like weird nerds that talk like this? It's very strange. They all like sound like Elmer Fudd. It's like a nerd trope.
It might literally just be a speech impediment, you know.
It's like this nerd trope. Like all these, like the worse the nerd is, like the more childish the nerd is, the more likely they'll talk like this.
He wasn't going to let a bunch of losers stand in the way of that. I mean, he literally had an entire speech explaining about how you should follow your dreams and just do them by yourself. So it's kind of on them for piggybacking off of his idea. So if you kind of think about it in the end, it's kind of on them, and they kind of deserved it. Deserved it? What are you talking?
Deserved it.
Casca deserved it, yeah.
Princess of Midland and Casca.
Well, Guts ruined Griffith's dream.
What?
After Griffith lost his dream, he literally went through anger and depression. So of course he had to find some way to release all of that negativity he had built up over the years. And with Casca, he literally became a demon prince at a god hand. So he also probably had a bunch of demonic urges that he also needed to release.
Are you fucking serious?
Dude, everything you're saying is not supporting your claim whatsoever. I mean, let's be honest. She probably liked it.
It's beyond.
Well done. Well done. Top tier rage bait. I appreciate it.
Let's see. What checks out?
What? Why is everyone looking at me?
Is this like a Warhammer 40k saying that Magnus or Horus did nothing wrong? Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree with you there. A little bit.
Get the fuck out. Just get.
Get out of here. If all people in charge of our media had that attitude, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, let's see what we have here. We got some more stuff. Chat got more stuff. By the way, we're just was it now? That's $34 away. Yeah, it's $34 away from both Pillarman and Wonder Woman 2009. Getting there. Oh yeah, I want to show you this. This is pretty funny. I thought it was a joke. I thought this was like some meme someone made, but I guess it's real. Check this out.
As a good agent and good media training, she certainly does, because they're planning to make a remake of The Fugitive, the Harrison Ford movie from the 1990s.
Yeah, so I saw this meme going around. I thought it was a meme. Like, oh, we're gonna do next, remake The Fugitive with a female lead, and I didn't know it was real. I thought it was fake.
And wouldn't you know it? Who's the front runner to be cast in this?
Is that real?
I don't believe this. I saw this.
That was a meme. Is this real?
Around. I don't believe this shit, man.
It is
that's
real.
an AI image, right? Isn't it?
That's an AI image. Yeah, like it was just done for the purposes of like having a laugh. But
if Queen Latifah,
see, going with this, there was a debate with Smudboy and Griffith supporter. There was Griffith supporter. Those are real. I thought that was a meme too. I thought it was a meme. I didn't know. I thought like Griffith did nothing wrong guys were a fake thing. That was because it was funny. Like, because that's obviously you wouldn't think Griffith was correct. Really, that's retarded. that can't be true. Like, there's no Griffith supporter. Come on.
Can be the equalizer. I have no doubt they would do some dumb shit like this.
So yeah, so
oh yeah, I forgot about that. They made Queen Latifah. They made like an Equalizer show and made Queen Latifah the Equalizer person. Like the movies with Denzel Washington, where he's like this badass killer and stuff like that. It's like, you know what? We'll make a TV show of that. Okay, and it's going to star Queen Latifah. What? Get out of here! Throw that guy out the window.
So the line on this one is that she has not been officially cast. She has not officially accepted the role, but they are doing a remake of The Fugitive, and she has been offered the role. They want.
So this is kind of real. So they are making a Fugitive movie, and we're like, what if we just did it The Fugitive again, but with a woman in at the lead? Because that always works.
Zendaya for this one, and.
Did you hear what she said on the?
You know, there are other actresses in Hollywood, right? Hollywood, you have other actresses.
Red carpet not that long ago. They're like, "What are your next projects?" She's like, "Honestly, I think people. I'm in 3 massive movies this year. I think people are going to be a little sick of me."
Yeah.
So it would.
How right you were.
Yeah.
You think?
I mean, the thing is, even if it goes into production now, it's probably not going to come out until 2020, late 2027, probably 2028, realistically. So, I mean, that's spreading it out a little bit, but I do have to ask, why the fuck? Like, why is Zendaya in everything? What, like, are there no other actors in Hollywood? I mean, there's layers to this. Well, there's layers to this, because one, why the fuck would you make a remake of The Fugitive anyway? It's a really good movie. They nailed it the first time. I don't understand what's the point in making another version of it.
Creative
Why would you swap the main character from a middle-aged surgeon to like a teenage girl, or by the looks of her, and 3, like, why would you cast the most overexposed actress in Hollywood right now? It is baffling.
Isn't that why they're remaking Basic Instinct as well?
It's a Golden Reaper. There's a $5 super chat. Thank you much for the $5 super chat. Thank you much, Golden Reaper. Let me see here.
Yes.
Remember, he says Smudboy debates the guy that made Griffith nothing wrong. It's on YouTube. Griffith, there's a guy that made a video called Griffith did nothing wrong. I didn't know that.
I'm sure it's a joke, but like
that's what I would assume. If I were to see a video come across my feed and I was like, okay, well, Griffith did nothing wrong. Like, this is a joke. Obviously, this is a parody. Because I don't think I have a hard time believing these guys exist at all. And see, where are we now? Okay, we see here. Griffith did nothing wrong. Who is this now? I mean, how can you? So there is one called like quote unquote Griffith did nothing wrong, and there's one from like 4 years ago called Griffith did nothing wrong. Seriously, okay. And here's one called Griffith did nothing wrong, and it shows Griffith on that balcony, but he's surrounded by a bunch of black guys. And there's one called Griffith did nothing wrong, and he's on the balcony though, but it's Andrew Tate instead of that big fat guy that he sleeps with. And see, here we go. Why don't they have Queen Latifah star and remake of Set Off or Mad Money? I don't know. Why? I didn't know Queen Latifah was still a thing.
Who the fuck are they casting? I don't think I think it's similar to what.
Well, that's George's Giant Slayer. I thought that was like Sargon's dad or something. I was like, they have Sargon's dad on.
they're doing with books and sensitivity readers, where they swap the words. Like, you can't say male, you have to say whatever. You can't say female. It's individual who menstruate. Like, they change things and create a new publication, and it is a way to infect with their. I keep calling them cultists because I honestly don't know what else describes woke better than that.
I don't understand just don't understand the obsession with Zendaya.
Unironically, woke is a cult with an honor system.
It really is a cult. Like, you need to give up everything to it, or you're dead. Like, you're dead to them.
There's 2 ways to gain honor in woke. You either, if you're a white guy, you apologize like profusely over and over, nonstop. And
you didn't do anything.
Yeah, even if you didn't do anything, you have to apologize for being white.
Yeah. you have to constantly virtue signal. That's why they virtue signal in the first place. Like, because if you don't, they're like, I don't know if we could trust you. You didn't say anything about this. You didn't say anything about that. Because they're getting onto the Rock, for example. Like the Rock is like refusing to go into politics or just talk about politics because he doesn't want to be divisive.
Mm-hmm.
So because he's not virtue signaling, like, why are you being such a coward? Why don't you just tell us about your politics? Like they don't know. They need you to be constantly going bing, 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 like sending out signals like ants at a colony. Like, okay, do you have the right pheromones? I don't know. You got to start putting out your politics, so I know if you're a good guy or a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So they're doing that to the Rock, and it's like it's exactly what it is. It's like, okay, we need you to stop because the Rock stopped virtue signaling, and so now they don't know. Their antennae are like, what is this? What are you, friend or foe?
I don't know who in Hollywood has got such a fucking hard on for her that's decided, like, man, this girl is redefining acting right now. This is like the future of Hollywood right here. I've never once seen a single performance.
She's not even that great. I mean, she's not even a great actor at all. She's kind of an actor, and that's about it. Like,
she's passable,
Yeah, she exists in a movie. Like, I don't know why everyone's just so obsessed with Zendaya. Like, why? I feel like it's like the more or the angrier we are at her, like what we keep complaining about her or whatever, the more the more roles she gets, because it's more like the rage marketing, like, oh, everyone hates her, so we're gonna give her more roles, I guess. It's I don't know, very strange stuff. Shay Durag says, hey, it doesn't really have an honor system. It's more like a taboos. So has it's more so has taboos. High-ranking members of woke society get outcast all the time for the smallest of missteps. And
No. It's still honor, because you can gain more honor in the woke honor system by being more marginalized. That's how you gain honor. And
Oppression Olympics.
Yeah, it's the Oppression Olympics. It's like that every single time.
Oh, it's Mudcast 686. It has to be apparent. Like, there's no way. I'm still having so much trouble believing there's an actual legitimate Griffith defender. Like, doesn't make any sense to me. Like, he killed all of his friends and raped Casca out of spite. And how do you defend that? How is that not wrong? Like, how self-centered do you have to be to like think this is okay?
So it's one of those Machiavellian, the ends justify the needs thing, the means thing. So like if you goddamn, keep getting killed by this boss. It's like Griffith technically, like, assuming you stop where what's his name, Mura died, Griffith technically brought world peace. He pacified all the demons. He got rid of all the bad guys, and he rules the world. And for the most part, everything works well. And like, if you say that Griffith did nothing wrong in that regard, like what is the sacrifice of like 100 people like compared to world peace?
It's not like he did. It's like he did this thing wrong, but also did good. It's like he did nothing wrong.
Well, I think that's the mean part,
Let's see.
Performance from Zendaya and thought, damn, that girl deserves to be like in the A-list right now. I don't get it. I don't fucking understand what the obsession is with her.
I think they wanted their
everywhere right now. They are astroturf.
I just can't believe they're making the Fugitive movie again. Like, that was a legendary movie, and they're doing it with Zendaya. Why? Like, are they out of ideas? Because like you're remaking The Fugitive. That's not like a franchise or anything. There's like one other spin-off movie, The Fugitive, called The U.S. Marshal. And it's really more about Tommy Lee Jones's character, Gerard, I think. And then the Fugitive in that one is, I think, played by Wesley Snipes, which is actually pretty interesting. But it's basically the same thing again, except it's more focused on Gerard rather than The Fugitive. But I mean, The Fugitive is really good. It's got the janitor from Scrubs in it. It's pretty awesome. Detective, what's his name? Dr. John Kimball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's pretty cool stuff. Pretty good movie. I like it quite a bit. But it's not a franchise. Like, it's not like a big, gigantic like franchise or IP that everyone is clamoring for. It kind of feels like, what? The Fugitive. Alex, hello, there's the $5 super chat.
Yes.
It's a, and then Alexander says that Griffith is evil, obviously. Now accelerated from Index anime, he did nothing wrong. I mean, he killed a bunch of like clones. He just wanted to become he did nothing wrong. He just wanted to become a god. Well, so did Griffith. I guess a demon king or something. I don't know what do you call that? I member of the God's Hand. It's a JD Rex says if you're an evil person, like being white or male, you don't really rise in the ranks by apologizing. You survive essentially by apologizing. You're just one of the good ones until you definitely mess up. Like J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling actually agrees with 99% of what they put forward, and she has been that way for years. But she doesn't. She's like at the beginning of all this, she was like, I respect trans people, but they're not women. Like I respect them, but not women. That's what she said. But the very fact that she won't bend the knee on that trans women are actually women, that's when they started tearing her down, and then they just pushed her all the way to now she's just openly mocking all of it, and just they made their own villain with J.K. Rowling. Like she was on their side. Same thing with the guy that's Black Books. Like he calls himself like I used to be a good little SJW, but now he's gone full blown. Like just no mercy.
Yeah. I used to be the same way. It's like I used to maybe not capitulate, but I used to like just passively observe it, you know? And now whenever I get a chance, I'm trying to wake people up, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this everyone learns eventually. Everybody's got to learn sometime. I just got the two is it's memeing. I meme. Okay. That's good. That's good.
And they're so fucking hard. It's unbelievable.
I think it's for. I think there's a couple reasons. One, she is popular with.
By the way, Karnik Ketrel. Yeah, thanks for the 5 on Rumble. So Stu would do well to tell these stories on side scrollers. They would love to have you on your insights. And then finish it. Extra 2 says, yeah, forget that. I want my 50s and 60s. Yeah, exactly. Give us this bigoted storytelling back where people fell in love and acted like humans instead of like everything must be sanitized down to just a polished sheen in the eyes of a corporation.
Tell you what. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to interrupt you. If people want me on these podcasts and stuff, you have to request me because I just don't reach out anymore. I don't have time to reach out. I don't have time to network. If you want me on these places and like you really got to sell me, you got to be like, hey, there's a content creator who left content creation to go to conventions. He makes a lot of money at conventions. He's got a lot of insight about stuff that you're saying. I'm willing to come on and tell stories and do whatever. Obviously, Lit Deb gets my time first, but like that's what it comes down to.
Shut to my basement, so
yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to tell, like, and if I don't know, Lit Deb, are you ever on side scrollers or any of these places?
I've never been on side scrollers. I do go on other places, but I've never been on side scrollers specifically.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, yeah, if people want me to go to these things, I'll go to them. It's just a matter of. It's the same thing as everything else. It's like if you can get me there, I'll go. You know,
simple.
A lot of people, even though if it's not us. 2, she's biracial, so it's not as shocking. Like
I was so tired of everything being about race and gender. Can we just go back to are you good? Because Zendaya is very boring. She's very boring to watch on screen. I watched the Dune movie. She's like the worst part of the Dune movie.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in with one facial expression and that's it. She doesn't really do much. I like the new Dune movies, but it was not because of her.
Yeah.
It's your chat. All right. So let's get down to business over here. The Odyssey revealed the truth behind its destruction. Now, I've been seeing people kind of watch not the Fugitive, but the Odyssey. Like, how's everyone getting how's everyone seen the Odyssey already? It comes out today. It's not fair. How's everyone get like this? I guess a bootleg version of the Odyssey. But people were watching it. I saw Jay Longbone kind of like commentate on it on Twitter and stuff like that. And apparently, it turns out that they were going to. It kind of feels like anyway they were going to make, we'll say Paige, Achilles, but it seemed like they changed it with Backlash because. They made Paige as Sinon, which is the guy who kind of cons the Trojans into taking in the horse.
Yeah,
apparently. But man, Elliot Page looks so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. It's like this. Look at this little girl run.
I saw that. That was. I'd be so embarrassed.
Running like a girl. You're a girl. You're a girl. I don't care. That's if you see Paige run. That is a girly run. She's like, oh my goodness, like she's actually running from some mice or something. That's what it looks like. There's not a single drop of masculinity at any movement.
You know what's funny?
Pretend like, oh, what a actual man. Like, no thanks. No, actually, she's not. It's a girl.
Yeah,
it's
really, really funny too, because like, you know, I've known, I know all these trans people, and there are a couple who I believe like they act like guys even before they transitioned. So it's like you can kind of see the I don't know, the crossover. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like you kind of believe them a little bit, and then there are these girls who are like trans or non-binary or some shit who claim all this, and it's like, no, you're not, and it's actually kind of insulting that you say you are. Not because I don't want you to be a man, but because like the actual people who are going through some like real struggles, like again, every trans person's a tragedy. Like it's not something I would wish on anybody.
Yeah.
And when those people are saying like I'm just as trans as you are, no, you're fucking not. And like, how dare you even try to suggest that?
Let's see here. Oh, no, this is, hey, Litdev, you can't define masculinity to this iconic male actor. It's iconically male, yeah. Just everything about Paige is still very feminine. Very feminine.
Making the weird decision to make it sound worse every time they talk about it.
You know, Megan Fox has 3 trans kids.
Yeah, really strange, huh? I like, man, there's like trans people are like what 0.5% of the population, but somehow all these Hollywood actresses, all their kids turn out to be trans, weird or gay. Very strange. It's almost like it's not them, it's the mom. It's I like to think as a Fate series has Achilles and Atlanta hang out and competing with each other. Have you ever seen Hercules, their Legendary Journeys? They had Atlanta in there. It was like a bodybuilding woman who was still very feminine, but had, you know, she looked like a woman, and she's had muscles and stuff like that. So they knew what they were doing back then, and they gave her like this really skimpy outfit and stuff. I think she was like a award-winning bodybuilder too. They did a lot of stuff in Hercules Legendary Journeys that they would not do today. This wouldn't.
Some good things. For instance, they tried to limit CGI.
There's computer graphics, there's puppetry, there's animatronics, there's false perspective, there's really everything.
And of course, we have Anne Hathaway. But for every one of these examples, there's a metric ton of how not to market a movie. For instance, what I've been enjoying this week is
we can't say like, you know, how not to market a movie and then show a big shot of her cleavage. That is how to market the movie.
Intellectual wisdom of Lupita and Bongo.
I guess when you're playing 2 people, you just have to do double the work.
That's about the level I would expect out of Wakanda. But it gets even better when she's talking about what's been done to Helen of Troy.
They've been done dirty, dealing with how they've been done dirty.
Because as it comes to her
Helen of Troy doesn't really need to do much. She kind of, her entire role is staying there and looking pretty. That's it.
I can't help but think that this is a cheeky little mix between ego boost and pity casting.
I felt so honored that Chris would think of me to depict this woman who was known for her beauty.
As he saw her and thought, we're going to have to make this about her personality.
And I liked bringing a 3
outfit. What the hell? Is like from the 80s. She wearing like the like Michael Jackson's Thriller costume. What is this?
dimensionality to someone so that she was no longer reduced to a face.
I know Nolan likes to play.
That's who she is. She's a face. I mean, she's a Spartan, but also she was a beautiful woman. I don't tell you. I don't know why it's so triggering to all these Hollywood actresses that, yeah, she's just beautiful. That's why all these men went to war for her.
Homage to classic cinema. That's why for me, I
mean, really, it should be men who are offended. Right? It's like, oh, yeah, men are so shallow. They'll just go to war. Really, it was supposed to be, I like how Troy did it, where it's just like, it's not really about how beautiful she was. It was about the politics of it. Like Menelaus didn't even want her back. He just wanted to go to Troy to kill her. They got to really want her back. I want to go over there and kill Paris and kill her. That was Menelaus. So in Troy, it was way more realistic than we're just going to go to war for how pretty she was. It's more like my wife cucked me with the Trojan prince on the day that I host them while doing a peace agreement and the Trojan prince, on the day that we declare peace, has stolen my wife away. I want to go over there, conquer Troy, and kill him, and kill my wife in Paris. That was Menelaus's like mentality, and Agamemnon was not really into the whole I want to go conquer Troy for a pretty face either. He's like, oh, this is a good excuse to go conquer Troy, because he wanted to unite all of Greece and stuff. He had that giant army. So I like the way that Troy did it there. It wasn't just about, they did it more realistically than all these men go to war for a pretty girl. They did it more realistically and in a more organic manner, where Menelaus is angry actually, and Agamemnon wants to definitely use this as an excuse to go conquering. That seems more realistic to me. Alex 5 says, I played Crusader Kings 3, and that's exactly how I think when this happens. Oh, great. A casus belli. I can go to war with these guys now. That's why, if you pick Spain, it's really easy because you're by a bunch of Muslims, and you can just go to war with Muslims anytime you want. And when you're like when you're England or like France, it's tough because you're a Christian nation surrounded by a bunch of other Christian nations, and it's really tough to legitimately go to war with another Christian nation. You kind of have to do it piece by piece. Alex 5 says there was a funny clip in Fate where Achilles and Atalanta were going to race each other. So with other servants, and the giant servant won the race with one step. I guess it doesn't really it's only fair when you race like a giant, right? All they do is like take 3 steps and they win. Let's see here, and then Carter Ketchel additional $5 over there on the Rumble. That's fair. I have been trying to build a bridge between LD and side scrollers, but I'm no one's PR. All I can do is offer suggestions. They start at noon Eastern. So at least you have almost no overlap. Well, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Structured this video in the same vein, referencing the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's not just me saying it. Global Box Office left their review of the Odyssey, where they said, on that note, Lupita Nyong'o was cast as a disfigured version of Helen of Troy.
What?
Wow, who said that?
What happens? Hold on.
Could add the ugly. And it's not just me saying it. Global Box Office left their review of the Odyssey, where they said, on that note, Lupita Nyong'o was cast as a disfigured version of Helen of Troy.
Man, disfigured.
Wow.
I don't know. Is she disfigured in the movie? I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet because it just comes out today. Everyone else is cheating and watching the movie somehow already. But yeah, I guess could she be disfigured? I don't know. Maybe someone disfigures her in the movie.
Roy. Couldn't have put it better myself. Also, and at this point it isn't a secret, and any review that doesn't mention this, I wouldn't trust at all. It does comment on Nolan's screenplay is certainly not the most accurate to its source material. Red.
Yeah, it purposely isn't.
Flag. And as Christopher Nolan himself has spoken about the importance of using modern English to make it more accessible for complete retards, I'm going to need you to sit back and relax so that your cortisol levels don't rise as I give you the skippity riz on this Jester Maxer. Something that summarizes the problems with the Odyssey is actually this tweet from Total Film. The cast of the Odyssey have thoughts about what they'd steal from the set.
I had a ring. Those contacts that I had to wear, I like to put those in there.
Some of the costumes. That's a good question. You steal in it, basically.
Yes, Total Film wanted to know what the cast would steal from the Odyssey.
What's with their outfits?
Where I like to put those in there.
Some of the costumes.
Leguizamo, like really going to have Leguizamo in here? This guy is so cringe. So cringe. Like this canonically, this is just absolutely the cringiest guy ever. He's the worst part of John Wick.
In there.
Some of the costumes.
What are these outfits? Like, how come every outfit she has to have these enormous Chad shoulders? What are these outfits?
That's a good question. You steal in it, basically.
Yes, Total Film wanted to know what the cast would steal from the Odyssey and then only asked the minorities. They looked at these people and...
This is a LA Dungeon Soup has just dropped a new video. That's pretty cool. Check it out.
Or if anyone knows about stealing, it's those. Do you think we should ask them a question about what should they nick? Yes, but only the foreigners. I mean, they're already stealing the roll and the culture.
It's like this 80s style clothing for some reason.
Culture from the Greeks in the first place. If stealing anything else had just come naturally. I wish I had a culture so I wouldn't have to steal yours. It might be the most base question in all of interview history.
So much of what we do is to entertain and to allow people to escape reality for however many hours.
No, I like escaping reality, although this movie decides to bring London to me.
And fully immerse yourself in this case, a piece of literature from, thousands of years ago.
All these women just wearing suits. They're not just feminine suits. Like she has like a silky white suit and this, and the woman on the right is like wearing her husband's suit. Like it doesn't look it fits her at all. It's like a husband's suit that she had to borrow that morning.
Oh,
would you like to feel like you've escaped to this 1,000-year-old literature because we brought modernity to you? You like that, don't you? Everybody's happy with modernity.
Boys, that's Nike boys hopping our coast.
Greek history.
Yeah, Greek. That's very Greek.
Now with built-in degradation. Miss Travis Scott will apparently be doing a rap over the end credits, just to really immerse you in the Greek culture as you're leaving the cinema. My favorite part of it is Christopher Nolan might have even contributed to the lyrics himself. I just really wish I was a fly on the wall of the music studio, though, as Christopher Nolan was sitting there, dropping N-bombs and rapping about his hoes.
A lot of the way people look at the ancient world or the classical world in movies and in culture is to sort of project their own fantasies onto it. And
I love how Christopher Nolan only ever talks about himself. He doesn't realize this at all.
project their own fantasies onto it.
Fantasies like this is a Greek warrior or she's the most attractive woman in the world.
And to keep it at a remove.
Do you not understand, Christopher? It is far removed. About 2,800 years far removed.
Exactly. This is him, not me.
That's correct, Mr. Interviewer. It's everybody else who is wrong. This is clearly the man that understands Greek culture, I can tell. But he goes on to talk about how it's passed down as poetry. Although I wouldn't be surprised if you went to the Odyssey and saw a printing press.
So the idea that bards have just, riffed on this and kind of, freestyle it and everything.
They didn't.
They didn't freestyle. It's not what bards did. I did not know this. Bards barely even sang. They told stories. Like the whole thing about bards singing, it could be like a melody they sang, like this. But the ballads and stuff like that, you could definitely just speak out a ballad. You didn't have to sing it. So the whole idea, like this is the song of this and that or whatever, you don't have to sing it. You could, but really it was about the story, not necessarily the song. The song just helped them remember it and stuff. It's a Dr. Eri IV, thanks to the 15 shekels. It's a, what do you think? It's the journalist world healing, or was it just that the journalist last day so he said, fuck it, place your bets now. I don't know. That's pretty bold. Like, you know what? I'm getting fired. She's disfigured. There's a disfigured version. Man,
Incredible.
It's pretty harsh.
I would not dare say that. Like, you know what I mean?
She's not even disfigured. It's just like, that's not Helena Troy. I know what Helena Troy looks like. It's not her.
I don't think she's unattractive. Actually, no. I actually do think she is very unattractive and unappealing. But man, I would never describe someone as a disfigured. Wow.
It's pretty harsh, yeah. It's also its personality, like, just so smug. It really just does detract. It's a... All right, chat. Let me see here. We got some good news. Good news today. All right. Well, we have unlocked Wonder Woman 2009. We will watch that on Saturday or so on Rumble only. You're going to EFF that show, that movie. It's a Shady Rex says that carrot haircut on Zendaya does not fit her at all. Looks like she's pretending to be serious. Yeah. I mean, Zendaya really feels like an actress who takes herself super seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So I just really seriously
riff on it by freestyling. Although, yes, I'm sure over 2,800 years it's altered a bit because people's memories aren't perfect. It also probably passed through a lot of people's obviously inherent bigotry. Like some people will think, we need John Leguizamo in it. And what this story is really missing is a Kenyan. So there will be some people over the course of those 2,800 years who don't care about the story and just want to destroy it. I agree with you.
I'm pretty sure John Leguizamo just got the role because he sucked Christopher Nolan's dick. I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure John Leguizamo sucks a mean dick.
But they'll always talk about, like, Yugoslav folk poets. They don't look at rap. They don't look at a guy like Travis Scott.
That's probably because they were looking at...
See, look, you look down there. You look at the bottom there, you could just see John Leguizamo's head, this like bobbing up and down, just a little bit. He's just out of frame.
Scott.
That's probably because they were looking at people of talent.
Boys, that's Nike boys hopping our coast.
No, I admit if Travis Scott was the one who picked up the story.
Did you hear that rap music has fallen off of the top 40 after USAID? Like,
yes, I saw that. USAID kind of fell off, and so did rap music.
Interesting, huh?
Interesting.
Originally, 2,800 years ago, it would be a very different piece today. I'm sure it'd sound entirely different if it had to be created out of single-syllable words. I mean, anyone that could even watch this guy's interviews and think, oh my God, he's...
Pause. No, they love a two-syllable word. What are you talking about? No. That's not
two-syllable
fair.
words make up most of rap song lyrics.
Yeah. Speaking of which, that's our word, by the way. They actually stole that. Did you know?
They stole it, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually technically it's your word. Like, it's more your word than mine.
Odyssey. Well, you're either stupid or lying.
I just got a call from Nolan. He had this crazy idea.
It's a what if they got a country singer? That'd be cool, right? Why does it have to be rap? Why couldn't it be country? There's a lot of people like country music.
Not only that, Greeks are all about their tragedies, and I don't know if you've ever listened to a country song, but it's all about, women stealing their husband's truck,
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's almost like a meme of country music is all about, I live in a small town, my wife died, my dog got shot.
My truck barely works, but it's okay because
exactly.
I'm happy.
You know what? I'm blessed. I truly am blessed. Let's see. Alex Haley Fighters Chats is, by the way, I can't believe this, but Helen has not been shown in Fate series at all. It only mentioned, so I can't tell you her designs. That's straight. They have everybody under the sun in Fate, except for Helen of Troy. Okay, it's interesting.
And I was like, yo, I'm down to rock, however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's crazy.
It's not the only time he did it either. I mean, his interviews are just a glowing soliloquy of his intellectual freestyling.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. I know it means everything. I'm excited to be here. On the big screen, this is what it's all about right here. I love movies, so I'm ready to see this.
Oh, it's incredible. It's like the spirit of a 2026 rapper is speaking through him.
Starting the first voice you hear is his telling this story. It was incredible.
To immediately immerse you in Greek culture, the first voice they chose to make you hear is Travis Scott. It's incredible, impossible, or very difficult to believe. For probably the first time in our lives, me and him are on the same page.
So no, this is how this story's been handed down, and we have that in our culture today. It's such an important part of the culture.
Not important to my culture at all. But yes, it does exist today. It didn't exist 2,800 years ago. You were a guy that got rid of an orchestra, just objectively superior form of music, and then were like, what's going to get people in the mood of ancient Greece? I know, Travis Scott. It's his grill that really does it for me. When he said, dem hoes ain't loyal, that's when I knew this guy was a master of the craft. When their eyes met across a crowded room and Christopher Nolan said, man dem Greek in it blood. That's what really opened up this movie for him. Now, this is all important, not particularly because of hypocrisy, although that definitely exists.
And I loved seeing Elliot Page. What was it like reuniting with him?
It's just terrific. Just thought.
Let's see. Megathon Inspired says, should have been death metal. Yeah. Well, yeah, it'd be kind of cool. You have death metal in the Odyssey. That'd be kind of cool. Face melting. Yeah, just get Death Clock in there. I want to hear Death Clock's version of a Odyssey soundtrack. Face melting growled AMS guitar. It'd be pretty funny. What do you got? Rammstein. Get Rammstein in there. Because as an American, everyone loves Rammstein, right?
Mm-hmm.
So get Rammstein to do the music for Odyssey. That make way more sense. Make way more sense.
This was such a great part for him. A lot of the way people look at the classical world in movies and in culture is to sort of project their own fantasies onto it.
But mainly because it shows the intention.
Alex Halo, there's the $5 super chat. It's a whole live VTuber rap song were #1 in sales several times over a couple because they're VTubers. There's like I think it's whatever, no matter what they do, it's going to be successful for a little bit. I'm pretty sure.
Behind the work, why are you changing it? Who are you targeting with this? What are the reasons that motivate your changes? Because on the one hand, Christopher Nolan starts defending historical accuracy complaints, even going down to the archaeology of daggers that have been found and the chemical composition or things that you could do to metal to make this sort of blackened bronze, and how it would only be specifically for essentially rich people because it was so expensive. But then in other parts of the movie, he does not care at all. Everyone's seen the photos by now that look like really poor cosplay. And I don't just say that out of nowhere. I mean, these look worse than Willow. Now, Willow is the greatest show all of in existence, so it was never...
Man, Willow was so bad, even Disney had to admit the L on that one and took it off. They just deleted it and memory hold it. Like, Willow who?
Going to compete. But it once again falls into the typical television fantasy of this could be anything. In fact, it looks more like Robin Hood. Don't even get me started on boat Twitter, because the movie was bragging that, we actually had a real ship that we'd send the actors out and they'd start vomiting. To which people pointed out that this isn't a Greek boat. This is a literal 9th century Viking longship. And I can already hear the pedants now. That's not literally a 9th century Viking longship. You mean figuratively. The issue is, this is actually one of the most authentic parts of Nolan's Odyssey, and it is a Viking ship. Now, it's authentic to a completely different culture, 2,000 years too late for the piece, but it is actually authentically Viking. Built in modern times by Norway, named after their first king. And I know what you're thinking, Nolan isn't a history guy. How's he supposed to know that that's a Norwegian Viking ship? Well, probably because to get it to the actual movie set, they had to sail it from freaking Norway. From its home port in Kopervik. There was even articles while it was filming, Viking ship moors in Inverness. It's even described as the world's largest Viking ship. Wow. I would love to be a BBC journalist for this one that had to write the paragraph. It is understood that the Draken Harald Harkvager is being used as an ancient Greek warship. And if you really want to be generous, you're probably thinking, well, let's be honest, how many old, ancient, authentic vessels can there be that still float around the world? This was probably the best one they could have chosen, right? I mean, it's not as if there's a sailing reconstruction of a Mycenaean warship that already exists, the Argo. It's not like there was another pre-built ship already available he could have chosen that he specifically didn't. How many of these slights at Greek culture need to add up before we can just say it's deliberate, it's intentional, it's an obvious hatred of Greeks? How many foreign things need to pretend that they had anything to do with culture and civilization before we can just admit what you're doing? There's absolutely nothing about the work that seems like you're trying to represent the Greeks at all. You didn't go to them on the premiere. There's absolutely none of them in the cast, but you are obsessed with cramming in people who don't belong in it. People who are just irrelevant and don't matter. And it seems to be precisely these irrelevant people.
A Viking longship? Yes.
Which are taking the focus and everything. Now, we saw in this review earlier that it's funny about the backlash of Elliot Page's casting when the character barely appears. But that just makes it even stranger. Another wide swathe of critics have seen the movie rather than just the hand-picked shillfluencers. We have more evidence to back that up, such as this from Film Threat.
The controversial castings.
Hey, Chris Gore, I've been on there before. I went on his show to defend Joker 2.
No.
It was pretty fun.
It's not that big a deal because of screen time.
Right, they might be cameos. Why would you want to cast someone who's going to bring such backlash for such a tiny?
I like Chris Gore because he kind of gave me a really good phrase. Was narrative malpractice, I think is what it was, and he kind of was referring to the fact that the sequels to Disney, the sequel trilogy, never had Luke, Han, and Leia in the same room ever, and that was narrative malpractice to not to have that happen. And the thing is, Mark Hamill wanted that to happen. He was like, he went to the director and he was like, "Hey, we need to have a scene where we all get back together." And the response was, "It's not your story anymore." Like, damn.
They're so fucking rude. They're so fucking arrogant, like all the time.
Yeah, it's just what do you mean it's not his story anymore? I think they just want to take it away from the fans, and you wonder why the Star Wars is on life support right now. It's only alive because they have a ton of money. It's not really organically alive, not really.
Yeah, no one cares about Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, it's one thing to hate it. It's another thing for a whole ton of Star Wars fans to just become completely apathetic to it. It's Caleb Wright says, Literature Devil, what are your thoughts on RWBY Volume 1 through 3? They are the best of the seasons of RWBY. Still not great. They're all right, I guess. It's at least a little bit entertaining. It goes way downhill after season 3. Way downhill. Drop like a stone.
Roll. Why would we try and cram them into a movie where they don't even belong? Because the character that Elliot's playing isn't even in the Odyssey. It's a character from another piece of work that has been crowbarred in here just so there's a part. It's the same with Helen of Troy. I understand that in this one it's not about her beauty, it's about her personality. The one thing that's utterly irrelevant to the story. Coupling told us why.
What do you call people you go out with but you don't try to sleep with?
Men. And so you are letting justified criticism against your work that serves no purpose. You are deliberately attacking and degrading your own art, as people like to call it. It's a movie, and there has to be a reason for that. And I'm sure for some reason they think they can virtue signal about crapping on somebody else is somehow good because they deserve it or something. Apparently, I'm supposed to think Bongo is important. I think if she'd been important, she would have had her own stories to tell, but here we are. And she does, in fact, think she is important in those stories.
And hopefully there is a celebration as a result, a respect for these very wealthy and diverse.
Are women not allowed to wear dresses anymore? Everyone's just wearing power suits. every single girl is wearing a power suit. Like, why is like no one could wear dresses?
There's cultures that often just get washed as one thing.
Which is exactly why she's not important in anyone else's. But we also saw in Variety. Moana has bombed over the last week. No one cares about this movie. The critics absolutely panned it at 33%, and yet they still found a way to praise it because it was working closely to honor Polynesian culture, their traditions, and why representation matters in live-action film. Oh, really? Because the weird thing about the cast of the Odyssey is it's not even that stacked. Most of these people aren't even big names. The best you get from most of them is, yeah, I know about you, but you're not going to bring anyone into the cinema. Although when you arrange them in this grid form, it is like looking at a Dulux paint chart. And Josh Stewart in this picture really looks like Macaulay Culkin. We might as well have had Macaulay Culkin as Odysseus at this point. But Variety come out, and even in a movie, they just...
It's a weird casting. It's like just... Let me shake up a bunch of actors and we'll just get all these guys. It seems so random.
It's like, yeah, but it is good how much it actually cared about their people, their traditions.
Yeah, it's funny that this article came out like the same day. Because like, oh, we need to respect the Polynesian culture. Everyone has to be, you know, an islander and everything. We got to. So basically, you have to respect the culture when it's a non-white culture. But when it's Greek culture, don't even cast one Greek. That's consistency, apparently.
Even if it cost them the success of the movie, they thought it was really important that The Rock, when he was 8 years old, was watching Harrison Ford and went, he doesn't look like me. But this means that Asian Americans and Native Hawaiians, Pacific Islanders, are finally finding much to celebrate because they can look on the screen and go,
no one watched it. So I don't really think there's going to be a lot of celebrating going on. Could you imagine like celebrating? Oh, there's a person in this movie that is also from an island. Hooray! Let me throw a parade. You found there's actually a person who has the same heritage as I do. They put him in the movie. Let me go ahead and celebrate this. How delusional all these people in Hollywood do they think people are going to watch this movie? This kind of did the same delusion they get with Supergirl, where they're like, oh, I can't wait for little girls to go into the movie theater and learn that they can be gross and people with the door open too. And a little bad. And then no one to go see it. Like little girls are not going to go see Supergirl. They're just not unless they're taken there by their dads or something.
Yeah.
For Supergirl is the girl that other girls make fun of if they were to act that way. Like you're gross, you're just disgusting. Is it okay for her to be betrayed that way? Yes, because that's a perfect setup for a character arc. But when you're pushing it as like this is a big, good lesson of the film that Supergirl is cool and inspirational because she is nasty, it's not really going to be a draw they think it is.
And yet, Moana, Wakanda, both made by Disney. They're not actually products of those cultures at all, are they? In fact, I can make a way better argument that I belong in Wakanda than whatever's going on with Umbongo and the Odyssey. Although I should point out, I don't want to be in Wakanda. Because the English have enough history of actually good things happening that I don't need to pretend I was in anyone else's.
Damn!
Pounds of cotton. Dang it! Lord knows that's all.
It includes aspects of
I'm acting.
Their tradition, like tribal tattoos, known as a mocha, and rich expressions of history through dance, which presumably will be done to rap music. The one music that brings the entire world together as everyone could admit that it's To ensure the representation was done with respect and authenticity, countless artisans, consultants, experts, advisors, and department heads worked closely with the Cultural Trust. Among those were experts such as Grant Muwega Tututi, Muagoti Tututu, Tiana Nosonsina, Liu Fao, and Opetiaya Foa. Drawing from a cultural background, Liu Fu aimed to create movement that felt unique and authentic. She was embedding traditions over various different regions, and they wanted to make sure the entire region was represented. It was about incorporating song and dance from all of the islands, and fusing those movements effortlessly into musical numbers. All of this stuff was relevant to such a small amount of people, and yet they still wanted to put into all the work to make it as accurate a screen on possible. We've also seen this for Native Americans and the Japanese, and that's without even needing to look. And then you've got ancient Greece. Yes, a place far removed in time, but something which has significant impact on the modern world and modern countries, the West as a whole. Obviously, ancient Greece will be important to you if you're Greek, but it's also inseparable from sort of Western European culture and any countries which sprang from that. That means that just on a scale of importance, it's far more important that you get ancient Greece correct than Polynesia. If Variety is jerking themselves silly over this because of the sheer virtue of it all, they should be absolutely horrified at the Odyssey. We should see art article after article, hit piece after hit piece, expert after expert coming out, all to slate the thing. And instead, no. It's got Travis Scott in it. It looks like he's auditioning for the part of Jaws and James Bond.
Boys, that's Nike boys.
Yeah. That's a good part to end on, I think.
I'm so happy that we can recognize this now. Like,
yeah, and you can speak about it and call it out because this cringe to everybody. Like, everyone hates it. Everyone does. It's a all right, chat. We'll go ahead and go to streaming. And of course, we did hit Pillarman really easily. So thank you very much, everyone. Like, we far surpassed the goal. If we hit 500 tomorrow, then we will unlock more Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Shay Durag says, people who defend this movie don't understand is that 20 years ago, people would have been way less hostile to changes like this due to them not being, consistently botched all the time. Audiences are so hostile now because they know why the changes are being made, and it's not really about the changes. Yeah, it's not really about the changes themselves. It's about why they're being made. Tired of tolerating exchange for awful films. Yeah,
and they're mad that you talk about it. They're mad that you noticed.
Yeah, they just don't want you to notice these things, even though they tell you. It's like, oh yeah, we made these changes because we don't really want white people in movies anymore, and men are stupid. So we changed all these male characters to women and stuff. They tell us, and then we point out, like, how dare you say that? You just told me that's why you were doing that. Yeah, but you're not supposed to complain about it. There's a guy, what was his name? Remnant, I think. He made a video apparently, or talked about a topic. I didn't find the video. Apparently, he's talking about a topic called about how left-wing art is mentally ill, and it got him a lot of attention, a lot of anger towards him. But what he found out was they are okay with that. It's just you're not allowed to say that it's mentally ill as a bad thing. That was his experience with that the fallout of that video or whatever it was. I couldn't find the video. There's no video of his that I could find that says left-wing art is mentally ill. But apparently he had a video that made that claim, and the backlash was like, how dare you say that as a bad thing? So they're fully aware that it's mentally ill. You're just not allowed to say that it's mentally ill as a derogatory. So, but yeah, we're tired of the whole changes being made. Like, for example, everyone always brings up was it Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin in the Daredevil movie. He did a great job, and the reason why people like that is because he's a different race than the Kingpin in the comic book, but he did an excellent job.
He
did a fantastic job. No, the Kingpin with the Daredevil.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
Let's see. Michael Clark. I think it's Michael Clark Duncan. But he played the Kingpin, and basically technically he was race swap, but it wasn't because we need to do XYZ. We wanted to highlight the voices of XYZ, whatever. It's because he was like the best guy. He did a really, really fantastic job as the Kingpin. So people are okay with these changes being done as long as they're done for the right reasons. And the right reasons usually means to make the story better or to highlight some motif or some lesson a little bit better, right? Because now it's on the live screen. It's a live action movie, whatever it is. So if they could just say, oh, we're making the changes because it's better for the story, as opposed to we're making these changes so XYZ reasons for highlighting voices and diversity. These are not reasons that connect to the story. These are reasons that are made for politics and ideology.
Hey, chat, real quick. The side scrollers people, who would you argue is the easiest one of them to get a hold of?
Side scroller man.
Well, if you want me, I think I can probably get a hold of the easiest one, send a resume and go, hey, I'm I'm used to being on conservative podcasts and I can Blabs. Who the fuck is Blabs?
Anyway, chat. Anyway, I think there we go. Okay, we're all cut up. Fantastic. All right, let's go over to streaming chat. And we did reach Pillarman. So lower your volume or raise your volume, whatever you prefer. And Pillarman. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ay, 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 ay.
Oh, yes, best chat. Fantastic. Thank you much, everyone, for generosity. Thank you much, everyone, for being best chat today. Thank you very, very much. Here we go. Good morning. Milking it. It's a alpha men want to ban porn because it makes men soy. Feminists want to ban porn because it exploits women. Conservatives want to ban porn because it's not Christian. And liberals want to ban porn because it's predatory. The gooner walks alone, as usual.
That's right, man. That's right.
I
don't know. Everyone's out to get me.
He walks a lonely road. It's a what another channel outside of hashtag memes. Oh, these people. Let's see. Want to destroy a woman's life? Tell her stay single, get a career, not have children. Then wait until she's about 35 and call her on Thanksgiving and Christmas to ask how she's doing. Witness the hidden pain. Feminism is wicked. Let's see.
Right.
Are these balloons? I think she has like balloons up there.
Yeah.
The Toronto server just went viral for her looks, and companies are now offering. Yeah, those don't look real. It's like balloons.
Okay, well, yeah, I noticed the tits, but she's honestly really pretty. Like,
well, yeah,
yeah.
But like the boobs, like they don't look real. Let's see. Sony going disc free, Xbox going employee free. You're going free from physical media. Well, we're going free of all employees, bitch. Let's see. I know the memes and the jokes have all come and gone, but what was up with this guy? He's a perfect example of a missed opportunity, a lone champion among an army of mindless drones, and one of the few blokes in the entire sequel series to actually give the heroes a meaningful pause. The camera treated him like a boss because of his cattle prod. He fought like a boss. In the end, only lost due to blank circumstances out of his control. Why are those censored? The audience in my theater actually booed when he got whacked because he knew that. I mean, for once, they had the heroes actually had a challenge with this guy, and when he just got destroyed, he's like, "Oh, well, okay, I guess I'm going back into a state of just dazed lulling." I switch my brain back off. The excitement is over, guys. And the show's writers had done this virtuous warrior dirty. He had charisma, he had grief, and he had beef, which is more than what other character in the First Order had. In the end, I guess he was just too cool to live. I had to go. His supernova outshine the stars. Let's see. The reports are correct. Skywalker was one of the Jedi Order's most skilled generals. Oh, you don't say Darth Vader.
Wait, there's a part 2 to that.
Completely not biased. What happened to him? Well, I killed him. Just keep going, Darth Vader. Right, clicks on you, fused your properties. Let's see. Add this cowboy to your posse. Yes. To get revenge on a coworker, I dried out a pack of Sharpies, and every time he leaves his I swap it for identical dead one. It's been a week and he's losing his mind. I don't know what fucker did to warrant such pure and unadulterated evil genius. What is this? I slow cooked. Why is it rainbow? Is that supposed to happen? Let's see.
Hold on, they sliced it. I wouldn't eat it. Not on pork anyway, but I've had my brisket do that once. I was told it has something to do with the smoking process. I don't know.
I slow cooked a pork roast for 8 hours, but when I sliced it, I saw this weird shiny green and rainbow reflection in the meat fibers. It looks like gasoline on water. Yeah, like what the hell's this? Porcus borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within that steamed ham. Hey, what's your content demigod with a $20 super chat? Thank you very much, your content demigod. Very generous indeed. Let me give you one of these. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. All right. Thank you very much for coming. Demigod for the $20 super chat. Says it's implied that Griffith and the God Hand orchestrated the Kushan War and the events leading up to it. He also merged the dimensions, allowing monsters to eat people. Falconia is in utopia because Griffith ruined the world. Well done. I guess I made a utopia by ruining the rest of the world. That's pretty evil. Let's see. What's this? Today I will fight crime. Oh yeah, with his battle axe. And this is what the Joker looks like, Stu. I don't know if you've ever seen Absolute Batman.
That's the Joker now?
That's the Joker in Absolute Batman now. He's like this demon thing. But pretty crazy. Pretty crazy stuff. All right, there we go. All calculated. There we go, Chad. Updated. Boom. 443 out of 400. Tomorrow, if we make it past 500, we will unlock Yu-Gi-Oh! GX as well. Let's see. You are a chud. I don't know. This is not a text. I assume it's funny. Let's see. Las personas. Personajes. What is this? Okay, so like I know this is the Catgirl anime it's out now. It's supposed to be like really gross.
I think it's the people, the voice actors.
Probably. It's got exactly like the guy that he voices.
Yeah, the characters. Seiyu is the Japanese word for voice actor. So I think it's the character, the voice actor.
Let's see. Watching a budget cooking video and the woman has to adjust a literal Great Depression recipe because the ingredients would be too expensive in 2026. Let's see. There's a hitchhiker. Everyone has their own like little waifu Pokemon. It's time to goon. There we go. Oh, is that Ganondorf?
I'm not sure who that's supposed to be.
I don't know who the person on the left is, though. Here's a pizza you ordered, ma'am. Thanks, but I don't have any money. Why the fuck did you order pizza then? Thanks, but I don't have any money. Then why'd you order pizza? Maybe I could pay another way. Oh, do you have a credit card? Or
Tell you should have done that online.
Sir, I mean, ma'am, why are you taking off your shirt? I need money. I need to get back. Like they're clocking me right now. I'm gonna lose my job. Let's see. That look Nala gave Simba in the field should have been enough to make the Lion King at least PG-13. Kinda, I guess. At least today with the Zoomer mentality of like anything that's even remotely sexual has to be that's too scary. Like Nala's bedroom eyes. Like never before will we have even the notion of like, oh, Nala's bedroom eyes. There's no nudity or anything like that. Just her glance that she likes a man. The look in her eyes that she's in love with Simba. Oh, got to pump up that to PG-13. That's too much. We can't have kids knowing that women like men. That's just crazy. You said you were a man. I can't believe I fell in love with a chick.
Embarrassing.
And, Army of Robo Jews. It'd
be like that.
I've fallen for a guy first time. There's Chell. If I can't have her, oh man, that'd be a crazy episode. No one can. And then I'm terrified of what the original image might be. That comment made me realize how lucky some people can be. Going your whole life ignorant of the Zootopia abortion comic. The what? And this wholesome video about love and Disney, lit dev. And then Stu comes along. Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Wholesome discussion about some romantic Disney movies, and suddenly we got a 30-minute tangent about porn.
In my defense, it is the problems with it and the problems that come, and that's where that sentence ends.
Let's see here. Hold on, man. Zelda has like a great cheese on those. Anyway,
cheese
or meat, whatever. It's a finding out that lionesses have sex 20 to 40 times in a day when they're in heat. And if her man can keep up with her, she demands to mate by biting his balls. This face.
Oh,
is that even look painful? It's like he's just disappointed.
He looks so... Well, it's funny because Alex and I are trying for a kid right now, so I've got a similar. All right, it's 7 a.m., sweetie, and I'm like, yeah, all right, hold on, you're not the one doing most of the movement here.
And then she bites your balls. Oh. Do you honestly think you can escape God's judgment for your sins? Yeah, you can't escape Kerbo. It's a hero who goes around slaughtering everyone in his way. Fairy-like friend, a mysterious, evil-looking knight who's kind of nice, a beautiful rival who wants to be king. Everyone falls in love with. I guess so. Yeah. It's a, and then I'm telling you, I didn't do anything. I don't care. Ouch, my glasses. The fugitive. There's this. Is this like a Osmosis Jones but elements? And then okay, this I'd watch. This looks awesome. I want to, especially because Olaf is dead. I mean, that's pretty cool already. But man, this is cool.
You know what's funny? Olaf was the best part of Frozen 2, and it's not even close. Like, he was genuinely the voice of reason and like just this really chill guy. Like,
and then he died, and it's like they should have kept him dead.
Yeah,
because otherwise consequences will never be the same. It's actually what happened to the comic book industry, like what helped ruin it before the CW era, is that they killed Superman and they brought him back instead of just leaving him dead. So that's kind of what sparked the whole, superheroes don't die, they're dead, they'll be back in a week thing. So the death of Superman is when that whole thing came around. We're like, we'll kill off our heroes, but they'll come back in like a week. Don't worry about it. They killed Death, and with Death goes consequences. Peter Griffith. Hey, guts. Diarrhea. It's a race swap fatigue, gender swap fatigue, Zendaya fatigue. I have all of those. What I don't have is superhero fatigue. I don't have that. I'm just tired of Marvel movies and Marvel slop. Odyssey, Dune, Brand New Day, Doomsday, The Drama, Cleopatra. I don't care. Joseph's Bizarre Adventure. I would watch this. This looks awesome. Who is more privileged, unattractive white women or gorgeous black women? I don't know. That's a pretty tough contest. And see, I'm talking about this inexplicable organism. What do you mean by that? Despite my looks, I'm a teacher, you know. Oh, yeah, that's a little teacher girl. I don't know why she's so small, though. So they already found a way to stop cellular aging. My tiny titties, my teeny. Okay, what is this? I think they're getting too much of the Gooners. It's not a meme. The son of Elliot Page running in full armor is killing me. Look at this shit. Yeah, I saw that before they took it down for copyright. It's so funny to see Ellen Page just running like a girl. This is Ellen Page. The armor is so small. It looks so funny. It looks so funny. Let's see the new movie trailers in Zendaya. It's a crew. Which should do with this old Batman mask? I kind of looks like a Batman mask. It kind of does. Yeah. It's remake it into like a helmet. The disfigured Helen of Troy. Oh yeah, I guess she is disfigured. The movie is trash. Nolan threw away 250 million. I guess they did disfigure her. She has scars and stuff now. Let's see. If you paid me to ruin a movie, I still couldn't have done it masterfully. Let's see. I get Trojan horse, Mongolian horse. Let's see here. Africa for Africans. Yes, I'm with you. Asia for Asians. Yes, I support you. Europe for Europeans. Nazi fascist. There's Nolan jokes that Tom Holland would consistently ask him questions on the Odyssey, said that he wouldn't answer because there's no way. I don't think has Christopher Nolan ever read the Odyssey. The sequence with the Thestrionians, he was just like, "How the hell did you know that?" And I just didn't give him an answer. Let's see. Tom Deadass had never been on a real movie set before, just surrounded by green screens. Yeah, I was like, "What is this?" That's true, I guess. He's never actually been on a movie set before. He's just been in a green screen room for his entire career. According to Daniel RPK, Christopher Nolan offered the role of Poseidon to Robert Downey Jr. in The Odyssey. These are crazy casting roles. Like, really, Robert Downey Jr. And then Fight Atlanta. Zeusy, I'm home. That's a good one. And then there's the Viking ship. That's clearly a Viking ship and not like a. Have you seen like Greek ships? They look a little bit different, way different actually.
It's really funny too because even like a casual person would guess that's like a Viking ship, you know.
And it shows us anyway. Like, oh, it's a Viking ship. It's because the Vikings were really good at naval stuff. So, in fact, they had like this little top here. They would have fire. I think they would have fire up there, and what would do is like if they have encounter a wave, like it would help them stay afloat on top of the water. Like they had these counterbalances. Greek ships have the eyes, the eyes and stuff on them. That's going to usually have, and it's very interesting. Anyway, chat. There we go. We're going to go ahead and close the stream for today. Thank you much everyone joining me. Thank you much BestChat for always being best chat. Thank you much Stu for always being Stu. See you again, of course, next time.
On a cold winter morning in the time before the light, in flames of death's eternal reign, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness has fallen down and the times are tough, all right, the sound of evil laughter falls around the world tonight. Couldn't keep it in, although I try, conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know, so let me go. Let me go. Won't hold it back anymore. Let me go. I'm a rocket, a Roman candle, a fucking missile on my way to hell. I'm a martyr, a saint of sinners, and you will fear me in my death. There's no one that can make me repent the things I've done. Evil is my prime objective. I don't care about their perspective. Let the storm rage on. Blood never bothered me anyway. It's funny how some distance makes everything seem small. And the fears that once controlled me can't get to me at all. It's time to see what I can do, to test the limits and break through. No right, no wrong, no rules for me. I'm free. Let me go, let me go. I'll hang those princes high. Let me go, let me go. So I'll make my sister cry and let the storm rage on. I'm a rocket, a Roman candle, a fucking missile on my way to hell. I'm a martyr, a saint of sinners, and you will fear me in my death. There's no one that can make me repent the things I've done. Evil is my prime objective. I don't care about their perspective. My power flurries through the air to freeze your